All right, all right, all right. Hello, hello, hello to you all. Let me see if I can get the people to get this particular link right here. Give me a second, folks, to get this going because I want to make sure that all this is okay. Here we go. Give me a second. Why do you give me such a long link? Okay, if you were here right now, I'm just getting ready to try to give people this link so they can come over here. How is this even possible? Give me a second, folks. Go here. Come to the live chat. Click this link. Okay. Okay. So now what I'm getting ready to do here, folks, y'all see what it says right here. And the thing is that, you know, when stuff like this comes around, I always seize the opportunity. When things are kind of like this, where we talking about this in discussion is when it's referring to people, whatever, then I like to get in on it because, like I said, I think it's a shame that a lot of people that are, you know, called of, you know, they say they called of God, need to get in on this and get their perspective from Jesus' standpoint versus from a race standpoint. So anyway, what I'm getting ready to do here, I'm getting ready to call. We get ready to get Mama Don on the phone, and her and I we didn't have a discussion, but she talked to me earlier and wanted to talk about a particular case here. And with that being said, I'm getting ready to see if I can get a hold of her, and we're going to go into this discussion from there. And y'all see what the title says. You all see what it says. Where are you at? Where are you? Okay. All right. So Mama Don, you watching this probably live. So I'm getting ready to give you this phone call. And we're calling Mama Don. Let's see. Lord Jesus, that is loud.
Hello.
Mama Don, is that you?
It is me.
It is her. Everybody in the chat room, can you hear her clear? Ain't no strange buzzing sounds. Speak to them, Mama Don.
Well, we had a lot going on here lately, haven't we? And I'll tell you what, this made me mad. I mean, I've got, the more somebody accuses me stuff, the better I get. I'm like, I'm like, just stop. Quit telling me. They're already threatening to come into the residential areas. I hate that most of the people live in my neighborhood have guns. We don't. But they don't want to come to the neighborhood.
All right. They say they can hear you just clear. Just clear. So that's good. So everybody, if y'all know who this is that's in the chat room right now, we call her Mama Don. And she's known as Dawn Mitchum. And she's one of my first people that I've ever talked to when I started this channel. She's actually the first person I ever talked to with different things. So anyway, with that being said, you guys can all see what the title here is. And this is about if we saying that black people are oppressed. And I know this is going to be really, really hot because I think already a lot of folks already know what my take is probably going to be on it anyway. So anyway, hearing from I call her mom, we call her Mama Don, but just to let y'all know, she is a white woman. So yeah, You get a black person, a black man who's supposed to be the most oppressed person, period. I mean, they say black people are oppressed, but oppressed of all of them is definitely the black man. So with that being said, Mama Don, you go ahead. Let me hear what you got to say on it. Let us know what you feel about it, and it's you.
I don't even know. Sometimes you don't know where to start because there's just so much. And I love all people equally. I don't care. If you're a good person, you're a good person. I care less what race you are. And one day, I always tell Mom, I said, one day I hope that people will just start talking to a person because of who they are as a human, instead of what color is this person, what color is that. Who cares?
Right.
If you're a good person, you're a good person. And when somebody tells me, well, he's black, you go, because I do. I let people in my house. I don't think about that. If I look at you and I think, oh, I don't care. Come on in. Let me get you something to drink. I don't care. I was raised that way. My mama, same way. We're, anybody that to us looked respectable, spoke to us in a respectable manner, and seemed trustworthy, it didn't matter to us. They come in our house, they come and get them something to drink. I had a young black man come, probably about 18, 19. He's in college, trying to go to college. And he's selling something that I probably wouldn't buy, but because he's trying to go to college, I bought it. And I have no idea what it was. It's still sitting under my
Probably a Kirby vacuum cleaner. No.
I don't know what it is. And, and somebody said, well, he was, you shouldn't be letting people in your house. And I'm like, well, he seemed like a good kid to me. And I'm usually a very good, person to say, oh, this person looks decent, this person does. And it doesn't matter to me about color. Never have. My mama grew up at a time, my parents my daddy was born in 1930. My mom was born in 1937. They were poor. They were as poor as any black person could be. And they worked, both of them worked 2 and 3 jobs.
Wow. So wait,
take care of 5 kids.
So both of your parents, they worked 2 or 3 jobs apiece?
My daddy worked 3. My mom worked 2.
Oh, wait. So that means that because they had white privilege, though, right?
Oh, that's what I mean. There's no such thing. If you're willing to work, you can do anything you want to do. As long as I think as Larry Elder said, there's just 3 things you got to do. First of all, don't have a baby before you get married.
Absolutely.
Get a job.
Yep.
Probably that's only 2. Just don't. If you don't have a baby out of wedlock and you have a job first before you get married, then you are going to succeed.
Yeah.
It's not that hard. Because if you work hard at your job, you will succeed. And it doesn't matter about your race. It doesn't matter about anything but who you are and how hard you work. And I get so, when I was little, I didn't know the difference between a black person and a white person.
I'm sorry, Mama Don.
I just thought they were tan.
I ain't trying to cut you off. Anthony L said, MRM, listen to yourself mocking the idea of white privilege. So sad. I follow you, but you are way off here. Anthony L, I'm way off here because I'm mocking white privilege. That means you say you follow me. Well, you obviously haven't seen my video on what I think about white privilege. Because if you did, you would understand the angle that I'm coming from. Because there ain't no white privilege. I don't see it. And I've gotten videos and I still have not been able to prove that. So when I just said this to Mama Don, the fact that she said her dad worked 3 jobs and her mom worked 2 jobs, and I was like, wait a minute, where's the white privilege? See, you got to understand where I'm coming from. So when you say I'm way off,
I want Sasha and Anthony to give me an example of white privilege right now. Type it in.
Okay, so Sasha and Anthony, she wants y'all to give her an example of white privilege. I want to see this too, because I just want to see this.
Because I tell you, when my daddy grew up, he got 1 pair of shoes a year. They lived in what they call shanty town. You know what a shanty town is?
I have no idea. Explain that to me.
It's a shack. It's a shack. And they had one room. And they had an outdoor toilet. And they were so poor that, like I said, my grandpa came over here from Ireland. So they spit on him. They wouldn't hire him. So he worked the most degrading jobs. He worked in a sewage. He ran moonshine. And he also worked in a psych ward as a janitor. And he worked. And every dime he got, he bought land with it. He gave my daddy, an acre of land. That's just what he did. And they were poorer than anybody I've ever seen nowadays.
So do you think that white privilege is a term that's being thrown around just to give black people like another excuse as to why they can't get ahead, or you know what I mean?
Well, I'll tell you what, when I was growing up in the 80s, we didn't hear about all this racism stuff as much as we do nowadays. Why? I had kids in my class. I mean, there wasn't a lot of black kids at my school, but they weren't treated any different than we were.
See, that's what I'm getting at.
I don't remember anything like that.
Right. And see, like right now, Anthony just got done saying being able to call my wife when I get arrested. Anthony, I ain't been arrested yet. So do I got you white, Anthony? If you're white and you got arrested, I haven't been arrested yet. So it seemed like that white privilege thing ain't working for you. You've been arrested. He said being able to call my wife and when I get arrested to come get my car because I'm a white male who have a nice car. Black people describe very different experiences. I have no idea what you're talking about. Where I come from in the hood, if a black person get arrested and go to jail and they tell what that's a poor example of white privilege, by the way. That was kind of, I don't know what that is, Anthony. I have no idea what that was. I'm just being real with you. That's a terrible example because at the same time, Anthony, I haven't been arrested or even had a ticket, Anthony. I've been pulled over before and haven't gotten one. So I guess, let me see, about 7 times I've been pulled over and haven't gotten a ticket. I guess because I was showing them this side of my hands, the white side, that means that that's my white privilege card piece right there. So you got to give me something better. Go ahead, Mama Don.
I don't even know what he's talking about. I've been pulled over a couple times. No, I didn't get a ticket, but I've had a cop I was coming home from the hospital. My son had had surgery, and it was in the middle of the night, and we were switching. Me and my husband were switching turns going. This was years ago, and I was pulled over, and the cop seen I had a hospital bracelet on and had a bunch of stuff in the car. And at first, he had an attitude problem, but I was very polite, and he says, "I'm gonna let you go," because I've never had a ticket before. And he let me go. The point is, when people say, "Oh, white privilege," that is something that Obama started. This is the Obama started this, and he caused more racial tension than any other president by telling people, black people are being hunted, black people are being, crucified by the white. I ain't never heard of a black person in my entire life and don't know anyone who has.
Right. That's what I was going to ask you. I was going to ask you if do you know of any white people that you know that you heard of that actually are out hunting for some black folks? It's sad that people are actually buying
white
this.
Supremacist. I've never met anybody I've never been hurt by a black person. I've never been hurt by a white person. So, does that mean it doesn't happen? No, but the only thing they show on the news is white people doing something to black people. And that's not true. It's not true. There was a CNN reporter talking about a black guy getting killed in a black neighborhood. Okay, this black guy who'd been killed in that neighborhood had a list of things he had been arrested for. Armed robbery, breaking into people's houses. Well, he got shot and we tear up the world, yet they don't mention all the stuff he's done in his past. They don't say, well, what was he doing in that neighborhood? Mm-hmm. It wasn't his neighborhood.
Right.
What was he doing there?
Wait, you know what? And that's and then just like what you just got saying there about Mama Don, in the neighborhoods that I lived in the hood, all the people in the project area and then like in a certain area knew who all lived in the house. They knew who all drove each other's cars. When there was an unrecognizable car riding down the street real slow, the neighbors, I'm just telling y'all, the thugs of the streets, they would step out and be like, "Hey, who you looking for? Are you lost? Oh, well, if you lost, you might want to turn around and go back that way because there's no guarantee you're going to come back with your car." So even though I'm just giving an example, my point is in the neighborhood, we knew who lived there and who didn't. We knew what car they drove and everything. And if it was unfamiliar people coming in there, we didn't care what color he was. Most of the time it was black people. But we were just like, "Hey, you're not from around here and we just don't know who you are and who you here for." If they say, "Oh yeah, I'm about to go see Cheryl down that they're yeah, Cheryl, okay. Well, hey bro, we ain't trying to be funny or nothing. but we ain't trying to make sure none of these kids ain't about to get kidnapped or snatched or nothing, you know. So we just letting you know, because where I lived at, you can only get in one way and out another way because the other outlet streets have barricades on them. So that's why we just kind of like, and I'm not trying to cut you off again, Mama Don, but Sasha wanted to make sure that we saw her comment. She said, what did Sasha say? She said
something about being pulled over by the cops or something.
Yeah, well, she said she still was born with
somebody's saying you don't have to worry about being pulled over by the cops with the color of your skin. My skin ain't exactly white. I'm not gonna lie.
I'm just trying to figure out Anthony L and Sasha. I mean, I'm just trying to figure out where their thinking process. Like he said, you know, I guess if you get pulled over by the cop, do you expect it to be harm? I don't know any black folks, and I know thugs, I know gangsters, I know regular professional black people. I have not heard one of them ever say that when they got pulled over, they got fearful. Y'all don't know where we come from. We don't walk around in fear. I don't know who's feeding folks this stuff in the real world. I don't know any black people that walk around in fear. I don't know any black people that's saying, oh, when I step out my house, I'm expecting to be hunted like you're going to be some hillbillies riding down the street. Whoa, get that boy. I mean, come get the heck out of here. I mean, come on, y'all. This is not. From what we gathered when we were growing up, it was the opposite. And it still feels like the opposite. We up here like, well, it seemed like white people are more scared of us because we've been labeled as thugs and X, Y, Z. So how all of a sudden we scared now? White thugs are scared now. I mean, when I say thugs, people, I'm relating to what, like, on where I'm from. Thugs are related to folks that are gangsters. So let me make that clear, because I know white people can be thugs and black people be thugs. But on the streets, when you are a thug, you're talking about being about that life, by being a BL, a GD, a four-corner hustler, a 213 click, whatever that is. So what I'm saying with that is that none of us have ever, and still to this day, have ever walked around looking over our shoulder or anything like that. I don't know. That's what I'm saying. Whoever's saying this stuff is straight BS. I don't see this nowhere.
Anthony L said it's just what that white people do not fear being pulled over by the car. That's not true. Every time they pull me over, I'm thinking, oh God, my insurance is going to go up. I don't think about getting hurt, no. But it has happened to white women have got hurt by policemen. I can show you video after video after video. One woman got her teeth, all her front. She was kind of drunk, and she got pulled out of her car, thrown into the police, and all her front teeth. She's a young girl. All her front teeth were cracked and shit before they threw her in. I mean, there are a lot of white women who get, because they don't know their strength, they're jerking them around, and a lot of them are tiny little women and hurting them. But I don't see nobody outside breaking stuff and tearing people's stuff up and killing other people.
Absolutely.
Two wrongs don't make a right. I don't care who you are. If I were to go shoot somebody, I wouldn't expect somebody in my family to go avenge me. I mean, I wouldn't. They wouldn't do it. They wouldn't even think about it.
Yeah, it's just, I think what it is that, you know, it's like what I talk about when I say people want that. You know what I mean? Like they talk like they don't, but they're just like what if this was not a real legit thing, then the news media wouldn't be selling like they're doing it right now. People want the drama. People want folks to be fearful. But I'm telling you right now, and I cannot wait to do this. If I get a lot of my friends, look, I ain't gonna say who their names are. I want to get it to where I got my professional black people, professional white people. I'm gonna get some thugs from off the street that I know, black and white, and I'm gonna get some straight up legit gangsters, and get them in here and have them answer these questions. Then guess what? People gonna say things like, well, that's just them. Well, that's just them. So wait a minute. You telling me, oh, proper CNN or the news station is telling you, hey, black people feel like they're being hunted. You ain't even living in the hood to even be saying that, to even know this stuff. Nobody, I mean, it's so funny to me. So like Anthony, them, I know you and Sasha gonna be in denial over it, but I'm just telling you, I came from that life. Family full. I'm telling you, family full of killers. Okay. To where I am right now, I have never walked around in fear. My sons are 18 and 16 years old. They go and do whatever they do throughout the day. They don't walk around thinking that somebody's about to get them or something like that. That's a bunch of BS. And whoever's eating that stuff up and being fed that stuff is crazy. Ain't no lynching going on.
Well, that's what I'm saying. And somebody said I was lying when I said Obama. No, Obama sits there and so did Michelle Obama, told black people that white people are, because they're afraid of the black people, that we're going to just, we might just turn around and shoot them just because if a black, which there have been black people in my neighborhood before, they're friends with my sons and the older boys down the road, and they've come up here and played basketball. Ain't nobody said a word to them to bother them. I don't understand where people come up with this you walk into a white neighborhood, you're going to get shot. You messing in somebody's house and they ain't home or something, you might get shot. Yeah, lethal. That happens to white also. If there was a white person looking in my house and I wasn't home, this Price down the road would come up here and probably shoot them, because she's very nosy and she knows when somebody don't belong. It don't matter. Like I came down the road in a new car, and she pulled me over in her little golf cart because she didn't know who it was. She's like, "Oh, I was just seeing who was in this car. I didn't recognize. I'm white." And she still pulled me over.
And you know what? And when it comes down to it, I mean, if it's supposed to be about us protecting our own neighborhoods as a people, I don't care what like I said, it doesn't matter what the race is that lives in that neighborhood. If it is about us protecting our neighborhood as a people, there's nothing wrong with nobody. Because usually, it's like where I live right now, if there's certain people walking down the street looking like they lost, if I'm sitting in my yard, I'm like, "Hey, are you guys okay? Are y'all looking for something particular?" I'm not doing it because I'm trying to be profile or anything like that. I'm doing it because I'm legitimately trying to help. And different places that I've gone to, especially when I was delivering newspapers, I would go up to the door and knock, and because sometimes people will sign up, but I want to verify that it was them. I knock on the door. They'll come to the door. I'm like, "Oh, hello, Mr. Witherspoon. I wanted to ask you a question. Did you sign up to get the Chicago Post?" And if I didn't go around like, "Whoa, gee, I sure hope he don't come to the door and shoot me." I mean, Sir, I don't mean to bother you, sir, but I just want to know, did you sign up to get the newspaper here? I mean, come on, man. This is so ridiculous. And then one of my mentor, Dr. Beck,
that's what I'm saying. When they're talking about that guy was jogging in that neighborhood, that black guy was jogging in that neighborhood. First of all, he wasn't jogging.
No, he wasn't jogging.
Was running, and he went looking in that person's house, and there had been a whole lot of robberies. Now, should they have stood out there with a gun? I don't know. I wouldn't have done it. I probably wouldn't have done anything but call the cops to do the end of it. But they did. But he ran to that guy. He jumped the guy. It wasn't like the guy was going toward him.
Right.
He went toward the guy and was fighting for the gun.
Yep.
Now, is that a straight up murder case? I wouldn't think so. But they're saying it is.
Right, because they don't want to have it.
I'm like, yeah, I don't get it. I'm like, if I'm holding the gun and somebody comes running at me and I'm holding my gun and I don't shoot them, but then while we're fighting for it, the gun goes off, how is that murder?
Anthony L., I think you just want the attention, because you just, to me, you're gonna be just like somebody here that we had before, where even though you still get proven wrong, you're gonna say, "Well, why are they riding in 50 states?" Every time I can hit you with some facts, you're gonna come back and say, "Yeah, well, that's what you're gonna do." So if this is what this whole thing is gonna be about, I'm not getting ready to do that, because all you're going to keep on doing is spewing out scenarios that can and cannot happen. Who knows? You know what I'm saying? Like I told you, if I've been pulled over 8 times and I have not gotten a ticket once, what are you going to say to that? Well, and every last time I got pulled over is by a white police officer, and they were in different states: Florida, Kansas, Illinois. I've been pulled over, Missouri, Tennessee, and I'm just trying to figure out, they all were white. And I'm just trying to figure out how, but I bet you were scared. Come on, man. Don't do that, Anthony.
My son was 16. He got his license the same day he got his license. You know how there's a little, I don't know if y'all have, we have tag lights where they can see the tag at night. Well, his tag light was out on his truck. Well, you don't know it unless somebody tells you usually. Well, he got pulled over. Well, because he was nervous, he just got his license that day. They handcuffed my 16-year-old son, put him on the sidewalk, and checked out his car because he was nervous. Did I go blistering out of there and going up there and run? No. I told him, I said, just behave and you'll be fine. And he was. He was fine. He was embarrassed, but he'll live,
Right.
And he's white. He was pulled over because of a little tag light.
Right.
Teenagers are pulled over all the time because they look fishy, because a lot of them are, and I mean all teenagers.
Right. Then one of the times we got pulled over in Illinois, it was because my little bad son, the youngest one, he was in his car seat and he unclicked it, and when he unclicked it, he stood up in the car seat and stuck like, his torso out the window while we rolled right past a policeman. So by the time we was making a left turn, we were getting ready to pull into the library. The policemen were right behind us, and we were already like halfway getting ready to get out of our car. We was in the library for an hour and a half. The police waited for us to come out the library and start driving, and then pulled us over. He gonna sit there and say he pulled us over because he noticed that I think he said one of us put the seat, like he said, he told me while I was driving off, he saw me put my seatbelt on late, but he still just like, I'm gonna give you a warning. But we knew that he was pulling us over because my son was hanging out the window. And again, in that case like that, I guess he didn't give me a ticket because I had to pull out that white privilege card, whatever like that. I mean, that's what it was. So to get back to what this,
Sasha said one black man got pulled over because one of his lights were out and he was shot by the police. Let me ask you something, Sasha. Do you know anything else about what did the man have it? Did it act like he was going to do anything? Did you read anything other than that one sentence? Send me the link to that video. I'll do the research if you can't. I'll do it.
Exactly.
That's no problem.
And that's what I love about. That's what makes this. See now, Mama Don, with everything that we got going on right now, that's what makes this internet and all this stuff like that really good, because people can just throw and spill stuff out there, and then you can actually go there and research and look it up yourself, because people will just say anything. I can sit there and say right now, I know a man in Chicago that he was driving his car, and all because it was a nice car, the police pulled him over for that reason. We don't know what they pulled him over for. You know how many car thefts is in Chicago that might match the description of the car that got stolen? We never know. So what I'm saying is that even when I get pulled over, I don't have it in my mind, man, why they pulling me over? I ain't even do nothing. They think because I'm black and I got a nice car that I must have stolen. I don't think like that. I really wait for the police officer to come up and tell me why he pulled me over. But that's what they're not teaching a lot of people to do. They're just teaching us to think that if a police officer pulls us over, they're getting ready to profile us. Be scared because I might die right now. And I mean, it's just so crazy. So when this whole thing about like what we're talking about, this particular subject, where it really just bethralls me, because coming from the hood amongst gangsters, amongst killers, doing some little runs and all that with some drugs, with some what I did when I was younger, getting into high school, doing I've never felt no oppression of what they're talking about. And even to my adult life right now, working in the hospital, I'm just telling you, in medicine, in certain type of fields, physical therapy or anything like that, there ain't too many black folks that's in it, or even a physician assistant. But most of the people in Florida, there was no black people that I worked with. Didn't feel, and you talking about the South, I didn't feel 1 ounce of oppression. I didn't feel 1 ounce of them having more privilege than me. I actually was getting more raises and all that. I was getting more patient clientele than some of the ones that's been there for a long time because of the specific thing that I specialized in. And they would treat me equally at the Healthplex. And I'm just trying to figure something out. And I mean, from the lowest of people to the housekeeping all the way up to, I was really in good with the vice president of the hospital. I'm just trying to figure out, I didn't get an ounce of that nowhere in Florida. I didn't get none of that. And like I said, I just really want to know, is this just something that is being pushed, or this something that people just wanted to be there? Because I don't know what I'm oppressed of. I'm trying to figure it out.
Well, Sasha and I think it's Anthony just said, can we agree that police brutality doesn't matter about the race? That's exactly what I'm saying. It doesn't matter what race you are.
Did they not watch my other videos?
That's the whole thing. The police.
I mean, I'm confused.
Here's the thing: most policemen that are good aren't the ones we're talking. We're talking about the ones who are bullies in school usually. Because I knew a boy, I swear he was horrible in school. He followed this boy. He's what we call slow.
Right.
He wasn't right in the head, and then he'd follow him around and he'd bully him, he'd push him, he'd knock him down and make fun of him. He became a police officer, and I told my friends, I said, that's not a good idea at all. And guess what? He's already been thrown off the police force because of he was too rough with somebody. He about broke a girl's arm. That's what I'm saying. It's not racism. It's just they go into this for power. It's a power trip to them.
Yeah.
And not all of them, but that's why bullies decide to be policemen. But you're going to have bad people in every single field. Absolutely. Because they're human.
Absolutely. Like I know of doctors that have done things that's completely wrong, that, selling Vicodin and selling opioids right out the door, knowing of them doing things like that, or over prescribing people, whatever. But You know what I'm saying? So what it seemed like, what it comes down to, like, you know, when people say things like in here that black people are being oppressed, I want some real hard facts. And I mean, if I don't have no facts and all I got is speculation and showing me videos, if you keep constantly showing me videos of black folks getting killed, in my world, it's going to seem like white folks are always killing black folks. But then the question needs to be coming down to us is that why do they keep showing black folks getting killed and they're not showing white folks? Because it doesn't make sense that 520 white people were killed by police in 2019 and 270 were killed by police that are black in 2019. And I'm trying to figure out if you guys are getting killed by police at a 55% rate each year, there's got to be some videos. I mean, I'm just.
Oh, that's what I'm saying. But you got to search for it. It's not at the top. It's not, and you can even put white person gets killed by cop. The first 10 videos is going to be a black person, even though you specifically put white man. It don't matter. They're going to show you what YouTube has an agenda.
Okay,
and you don't get kicked off for me saying that.
Right. And check this out. Check this out, Mama Don. Right now, I've just got a question. There is 136 people in here right now. 136 people. Okay. Can one person in here at least give me a hand raised signal or something like that? If you are black, one person in here that's black, because we want to see how much. I just want to see. I'm a black person in here, so shouldn't there be more of them in here, or because because I ain't got pulled over, because I ain't because I got off on them tickets, that I might have an actual real white privilege thing going on here. Maybe I got a white privilege spirit, and that's why I haven't got no tickets. But if there's any black people in this live chat right now, Marilyn Smith, there go one, ding, 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 and I know exactly who she is. But other than that, where my other black folks at? Where y'all at? See what I'm saying? Here's my thing. Now, we've seen what was going on in the media, right, Mama Don? We see what's going on in the media. People see the title of this video right here. How come there's no black people that want to come in here and they ain't got no black people got in on none of my videos and been like, no, dude, you wrong, because they know that you can't back me up. If there's no facts there, I'm just like, I'm not trying to hear it. So you said I'm playing a brief card. I'm glowing white. Is that what it is? It my pearly
You got
whites?
that privilege card.
It's this side. See,
you know that, but to me, if you're in a special interest group, you do have a privilege. You've got more privileges than just plain white people. Look at the LBGQSTRVWXYZ. They got special rights now. I mean,
we even got a scholarship. You even get a grant for just when you go to college. You even get a grant just for being black.
Do you think we could have seriously? Do you think we could start up a white college? Oh, but no, the world would end. We'd have,
It'll be called. They'll label it triple KU.
I'm serious.
The Ku Klux Klan University.
They're like, and they're all poor white people, but they don't get special privileges because they're poor. They're just poor. All wealthy,
right?
White poor,
and even in
people sit there and say, we have white privilege. I would like to know what that white privilege is, because everybody in my family had to work for anything we got, and nobody give us nothing.
Well, see, what it is that you don't see your white privilege, Mama Don. You were born with the white privilege, and since you were born with it, you can't recognize it, but you do get it.
I didn't know. I'm one of these people who's sort of in my own little world, and until we owned our own apartment complex, I didn't know what a section. I think it's Section 5 is what it's called. I didn't know what that was. And I started hearing people say, oh, they don't pay no rent, or it's $200 or it's $20. I'm like, what? Are you kidding? Man. You're lying. You're making that up. I was seriously never heard of that. But in those Section 8, whatever it is, it's mostly predominantly black and Latinos. They don't even really look at white people to get to be in them, even though there are poor white people. I've never seen them. There's one in Mount Holly. I'm telling where I'm at, but it's predominantly black and Latinos. There's no white people that live in there. Not one. My mama was a part of the. It's coming as my brain's.
I'm laughing at some of these comments
now.
Too. I hear you though.
You know where they go build houses for people? Well, there's 6 of them, and these were nice houses down in the same area. I'm not going to say the city again because I don't want people to know the exact city.
Wow. Okay.
Well, and Buddy Wiser.
We got two people that's black. Got two people in here black. Well, three counting me out of 138. Look at that privilege there. I have 100.
See where I'm from.
I don't know how they do
when
this.
You really, do I sound like I got a New Jersey accent?
Hey, I'm gonna read what she say. Kara said, I had told you last month my college wanted to give me a free tutor for my ethnicity, not noticing my grades and testing. Look at that. And then they got something called a MAP grant that you can get just because of the fact that you black. So that sounds like a privilege to me. They got something. If you come from a single parent home and you black, you actually get another scholarship on top of that a lot of black people don't know about. So I'm trying to figure out. I mean, I'm telling you, So here's what I like though. When people tell me this, when they say black people are being hunted down, systematically being racially profiled, X, Y, and Z, I'm still trying to figure out when I ask them. And Mama Donna gets them so mad. I say, look, 520 of y'all were killed by police last year. 270 of us were killed by police last year. Something wrong. Then they want to, well, you don't have to worry about being pulled over. What? I don't have to worry about being pulled over by the cops because I'm white. I drive to work. I have not been pulled over in like 3 years. I don't know what. That's what I'm saying. What I love about this is that people are not going outside. People world is this tube. People world is the TV. Going out there in the real world, I don't see none of this stuff that they're talking about. That's what I'm saying. That's what people get mad at me about. Thailand, you know the sky is blue? It is. Hold on for a second. Let me go look. They get mad because I go and look. When I come back and say, oh, you know what? Actually, it's not blue because the clouds was in the way. And so if I come back and I'm like, well, maybe the clouds move. Okay, you know what? You were right. It is blue. But when I go out there in the world or I'm talking to people, I talk to people. When you do things like when you mentor young black kids, none of them are talking about this stuff. It's like the world is trying to get them to see something that's not there.
Everybody's talking about Mount Holly. Y'all making me nervous. Y'all ain't coming after me, are you?
Huh?
They're writing about Mount Holly. I said they ain't coming after me, are they? You know, somebody said something again about how can you say that more white people are killed by cops? Well, for one thing, it's a fact.
That's what I don't get.
You can look up the facts.
Look it up, folks.
I tell you what, go on. Let me tell you what the name of it is right now. It's called Duck. Instead of using Google, when you look up something on Google, you have to actually keep searching because it won't show you what you're looking for. It'll give you other instances.
Try to divert.
It gives you an agenda. It gives you an agenda.
Absolutely.
Well, if you go on Duck, what is it called? Dawn Elizabeth. DuckDuckGo. If you go on that and you look up how many white people abuse or beat up black people compared to black people beating up white people. The numbers will astound you.
Right.
There's more black on white violence than there is white on black violence, but the black people should be afraid of us. Here's the thing. I'm not afraid of anybody unless they're coming at me for some reason. I've been at a stop sign and 3 teenagers come running at my car. They were white. I would have ran over them if they jumped in front of my car. I don't care.
Man.
I had little kids in the car. I didn't care. They scared me. Okay, while I was in Charlotte coming back from Carowinds at 10 o'clock at night, a black man come running toward my car. He actually grabbed my door handle. Guess what? Dawn was going to run over him too. I don't care who you are. You run at my car. I'm not going to sit around and see what you want.
Right.
I mean, not by myself. If my husband was there and he wants to see if something wrong, I'm not going to do it. I mean, no.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. And that's why I say, what we're doing right now, this right here, what we're doing right now is what they don't want us to do. I got a total of 3 black folks right here, and the rest of you guys are white. What they don't want us doing is what we're doing right now. Because, it has to come to a conclusion. How is it that as a black man, I'm telling people that are white, my life growing up, I didn't have the oppression or the man trying to get me down. My life growing up, I had every opportunity to do exactly that's why I'm here right now, because the opportunity was there and I took advantage of the opportunity. Now I got a ton of white friends that are not nearly as successful as I am. When I say not successful, I'm talking about they working at gas stations, they working at McDonald's, whatever. I'm not saying they're managers. I'm talking about they're working as team players or whatever at McDonald's. A ton of white friends that got that life like that. That's because they chose to do that. Now, if I'm sitting there telling white people, I didn't experience none of this stuff that y'all talking about, well, that's because no. They automatically assume that I came up with a silver spoon in my mouth. They automatically assume that I came from a two-parent home where my mom and dad was just together and we all know. Absolutely not. My mom sat there and struggled like most black women do, working one job, working two jobs, sometimes going to third shift, knowing because by the time we became of a certain age, she would leave us at home because she figured, hey, we date four boys, all of them about 5'9", 5'8", 5'7", 5'6". Ain't nobody gonna come in there and mess with these four boys, working third shift and doing these things like that just to try to keep things afloat. The struggle was that. The struggle had nothing to do with no. You know what black people are oppressed by? Fatherlessness. That's what they are oppressed by.
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly right.
And then watch people come in and try to say, no, it has nothing to do with fathers because they're get the heck out of here. Because there's organizations. Organizations cannot give you a father and son relationship. I'm sorry. Even though I mentor young men, I cannot be or I cannot give them what a father could give them because they know it's people don't even understand. It's a certain type of relationship, a yearning, a covering that a father can give his own son or a son can get from his father that me as a man can't give to a kids that I'm mentoring because I'm not their father. I can be a father figure, but I can't be their father. And that's what people mess up. It has nothing to do with press this and we can't get this because guess what? The thing about lies, if I can get you to believe a lie, you're going to end up living that life of a lie, not knowing that there's truth way beyond that lie that you've been told. You're oppressed. You're not going to be able to get out of the hood. White people are always out to get you. Police going to be out to get you. So guess what it's going to do? It's going to make you so fearful that you ain't going to want to move. And that's why they stay where they at. They're in a hamster wheel. They're moving, but they ain't going nowhere.
Darren Ford just said had to unsub this. Why? Please tell us why.
Who?
It says Darren Ford.
Oh, it don't matter because they mad, they upset. I can't believe a black man is saying that he's not being oppressed. What? You gonna tell me as a black? I mean, it's crazy.
And how do they say it when we had a black president? What more? There's not much more that you could do to get to a higher office than the president of the United States.
I don't know. Maybe I guess if we got a black pope, that might change some things.
What in the heck? That's the highest office in the world is the president of the United States.
I don't even know who you said that.
Best nation in the world, no matter, even though it's not perfect. No, it's not perfect.
They said land of free and opportunity.
I'm a libertarian.
It says this is supposed to be the land of the free and opportunity. And the thing is, if I can put so much fear in you, you don't want to try to go after the opportunity because you're going to be in fear of something happening to you.
That's what I think. Was it Larry Eller says that they're marrying the government?
Lord Jesus. She said, you are not oppressed, but if you're black, you're more likely to be oppressed. And you telling me that as a black man. Okay. I guess I told you I am not black. In fact, I am white. I mean, I'm white. Well, I mean, I got to be.
Larry Eller has a show coming out. It's called Uncle Tom. It's a movie.
I can't wait for it to come out either June 19th or something.
Yeah, it's got, exactly. And I'm like, I grew up around a lot of black people and I never heard them say anything like, I'm not able to do this, or I'm not, or say they were afraid of something, or, other than snakes or something. My uncle used to be terrified of snakes. If he saw a snake, he'd leave his kids.
Right, exactly. Just gone. Completely gone.
You're going to have to protect yourself.
Exactly. America is not the best nation in the world. Who said that? Ain't no nation the best nation in the world because everybody going to have their issues with it.
I think it's better than any other nation. You give me a nation that's better than America.
Right, because then if that's the case, how come so many people trying to flock here? That's just,
Yeah, I mean, more than any other country they come here.
I mean, folks, I don't see nobody trying to flock to Russia.
Because it's the only country where you can be dirt freaking poor and work yourself up to being anything you want to be.
Unless you're black. I mean, look, here's the thing, Mama Don. You got black people, you got folks from Africa and India. These folks are coming over here and doctors, and we can't even have our own become doctors. I mean, what in the world? And then this is what I love about it, because people that I went to school with in medicine, they all, I love their stories. They come from Africa. They show me pictures of their village. I work with a man right now named Sam, who come from Africa. Wonderful clinician, wonderful. And will sit there and talk about the struggles and everything like that. This man came here and worked his butt off, did what he needed to do. When I talk to him about racism stuff, he'd be like, no, you know, he sit there, nobody ever do like this to me. I don't understand. Nobody treat me bad. I mean, people, yes, they have. You just couldn't see it. Cause come on, man. You know who who get treated bad by?
America, KKK, Joshua. I don't even know. I live in the South. Never have met a KKK member. Don't know anybody who knows a KKK member. Don't know anybody who's a white supremacist. So please tell me.
I ate some KKK, Kellogg's Krispy Kreme.
Somebody said something else. Where did they put it? I don't remember where it's at. I'm trying to go back to read what people put.
You like scrolling up?
Yeah. United we stand, divided we fall. That's exactly right. If they divide this nation, it will fall, and they can have that one world government crap. And that's all they want.
Marilyn said, you on your own when it comes to snakes. Yeah, she don't like snakes.
I don't either.
She gets some strange things that happen to her with snakes. They come in her room and she wake up and they on a glue trap and
oh, my husband laughs at me. I spent $400 on stuff to keep snakes out of me.
Boy, for some reason they like Maryland.
I don't like them. We have copperheads around here. I'm terrified they'll eat my dog or something. I have that stuff everywhere. Good and it stinks. Lord. It stinks awful.
Whoa. Hey, but as long as it's keeping them away, it's like who matters? What does it matter? And see, that's one thing. And this one I'm saying, you guys see the title talking about blacks being oppressed. And I guess only 2 white people in here may feel that black people are out of 135. So that makes me think that the percentage of I know this is a small survey, but according to the percentage, there's 3 black people in here, which takes that number down to 132. There's 2 white people in here that thinks that there's black people are oppressed. So that takes it down to 130. So 130 white people in this chat right now don't think that. So imagine how it is out there on a larger scheme. That's what I'm getting at.
Well, Anthony, I mean, are you just a miserable person? I mean, I'm just curious. Everything you say is so negative to what we're saying, and we're not trying to say anything negative. I'm telling you that a black person can do anything that a white person can.
Name one thing they can't.
Why do you think that a black person needs my help?
Maryland found a snake in her yard. A snake skin in her yard. Scared to walk in the yard now.
Now, I tell you another thing. I mean, I don't know if this is all black people, but all the black people I know, they're scared of ghosts too. If they hear something and they think it's not right, they'll leave.
Yeah, take off running.
Just leave.
I mean, hey, it's certain things, you know what I mean? Like where I grew up in the hood, if we would be walking, if we heard a chain rattle, we all would take off running because we think somebody's dog got loose. So yeah, I know what you mean by that.
I mean, I loved my aunt and uncle to death, but they were very superstitious, and they were funny about pictures. Every picture we have of them, they look like they're mad because they didn't want the picture made. They believe it's trapped souls in there. They're very superstitious.
No, they don't be messing around. Some of them, I know a lot of folks in my family, they don't even like to watch movies that got ghosts in it. Hey, I'm talking about legit, straight up hardcore dudes. Straight hardcore dude. Hey man, I ain't watching that stuff. That stuff be real, G. I'm like, you up here like you a thugged out hardcore gangster, and you up here scared of some pictures moving on the wall. Don't you got a gun? I mean, I'm just you can't kill no ghost, man. Oh, come on, you a thug, and you talking about you scared of some ghosts. Come on now.
That's when you get you watch Supernatural and you learn to use iron separates the ghost and salt.
Jesus.
I have a shirt that actually says that.
Oh boy. And you know what? And as far as this that that scenario I gave with the privilege thing, I said, can you imagine? I don't know if you was here when I said this one time, Mama Don. I said, can you imagine if you got white kids that say, I want to go to the NBA, and you tell them, look now, I don't know about you trying to go to the NBA because that's 90% black folks. I mean, you ain't gonna have a chance because there's 90% of the black folks in there.
Now,
So
my oldest son thought he was going to be in the NBA, and he stopped growing. He didn't grow anymore after 6 foot. He was upset.
Yeah, but it's just like that mindset that gets put on them. Like, don't do this. Can you? I mean,
and here, Anthony's saying, here's a personal note. This lady talks about Trump support is the worst president ever.
How?
In terms of character, how is he the worst president ever? Please tell me, Anthony, how he's the worst. I'd like for you to give me statistics. I mean, y'all hate somebody so. For me to hate somebody that much, they would have to personally hurt me or somebody in my family.
Right.
But y'all hate somebody just because you don't. I don't know.
Donald Trump, I mean, like I'm saying, and what thing about me, Mama Donna, is that people will try to jump in here and say to me about like they'll say like, oh, you're a Trump supporter. I'm like, nice try because I never voted. So come at me from another angle. See, they can't do that. I just go along with truth and reason. So here's the thing. When they say they don't like Trump character, name one president since I don't know one president I've been alive since I've heard people that did not like this president's character. People didn't like Obama's character. Black people didn't like Obama's character. Black people mad at Obama because they felt he didn't do enough for Chicago. He wasn't black enough. He didn't eat chitlins and greens and cornbread and black eyed peas and neck bones. I mean, he didn't carry hot sauce with him, but Hillary Clinton did. Anyway, besides that, that's what people say. All I hear is people say, Trump is stupid. Trump is this. Like right now, you got Joshua Watt saying Trump is a racist. How?
Show me where he's racist.
I want to know. I really do want to know. Because I mean,
please.
You
want to know the truth? I didn't vote for Trump or Hillary. I didn't like neither one of them. But the more they hate on Trump, the more I like him. I'm just that type of person.
Because you know what, Mama Don? How dare Donald Trump? How dare Donald Trump cut funding to Planned Parenthood where 90% of their business is in black neighborhoods? How dare Trump get black people at an all-time low in the history of black folks work and get them at the lowest they've ever been? Almost every black person had a job. How dare Donald Trump give extra funding to historically black colleges? How dare he do that? But what did Barack Obama do? I created schools and the schools are in really bad neighborhoods and I didn't do nothing for Chicago crime and come on now. See, how
about this? Well, most of these people who hate Trump, they supported Hillary Clinton. Did they know Hillary Clinton was a racist? And I have proof, lots of proof that she's a racist. She sat there and was told, talking about a black man that was in the that worked for Obama. I just
gave you facts, Joshua.
And she said, well, they all look alike. Now, is that not racist?
Yeah.
Talking about black people.
Well, you know what? No, what they really meant is, no, don't even try. Look, the thing is this, guys, for the ones that are listening to me, there is no such thing. I'm not a Trump supporter. I'm not a Biden supporter. I'm not a Democrat supporter. I'm not a conservative supporter. I am a people supporter. If I see somebody doing right by people, all I can do is call out the facts that person did. If Joe Biden started a foundation to where he is definitely, he got a legit foundation where he's making sure that he's giving money to men who are going after young black boys and making sure that they stay on straight street. If he's doing that, I'm gonna give props to Biden for doing that. But in this case, I'm just stating facts that Donald Trump has did. So when you call Donald Trump a racist, I just want to know how. But nobody said. Everybody keep yelling it, but nobody said how.
Joe, she said that he's got some suits filed against him for housing discrimination. Do you know to get into one of those places? A lot of white people couldn't get in there either. So how do you know it was because they were black that he didn't let them in there?
Let me answer. The white people that could not get into my buildings were not able to get in because they dated other black people.
It was probably because
I'm joking. I'm playing.
That's
what they'll say. Well, Donald Trump to let those white people in because they were dating black people. I mean, like I said, this is really fun. I'm really finding this because I'm still waiting on them to give me Joshua.
Evidence.
I'm waiting on you to give me the evidence how Donald Trump is racist, but you haven't said nothing yet.
Okay, Cody. First of all, the Central Park Five were up to something. I'm not saying they did exactly that, but they weren't up to good. I mean, what in the world are young 15-year-olds doing out at midnight anyway? They're asked to be at home. My kids don't go outside at 15, 16 years old running the streets at midnight.
Right.
I would kick their butts all the way back home, and they'd have to deal with me because I'd probably kill them.
Right. See, I got Miss Linda Jones said Trump lies when he doesn't have to. It's public record. I want to know what did he lie about? What did Donald Trump lie about? And
you know what? I'm not going to say he hadn't lied, but more than likely what he did was he exaggerates a lot. But what president hadn't lied?
I mean, hey, I got a clip
when
of
Obama said you wouldn't have to change your insurance. That was a lie.
Yeah, and you know what? I got a clip of Barack Obama talking about his faith, and he slipped up. He said, my Muslim faith, and then he was like, wait, I mean my Christian faith. So
yeah. So I mean, they all lie. If you're in politics, you have to lie. That's in their minds. I don't think you have to, but they do. They all do it. Show me a politician who don't lie, and I'll show you a politician that's dead.
Well, I have never had sex relations with that woman. I mean, what is sex? I mean,
you don't think he was lying? Yeah, he lied under oath, and guess what happened to him? Nothing. Zero.
Right.
He went into office. Him and Hillary went into office bankrupt. Left office $250 million richer. How? You make $200,000 a year. How? Or $400,000 a year. How are you? How? Just tell me. $250 million.
Well, you know what? And like I said, I'm serious. The ones that are listening right now, the reason why you may feel like I'm being like sarcastic with it is because I find it joking. Even the people that I work around, I'm still trying to find out what it is that y'all saying that Trump is racist about, and nobody is ever able to show me anything. I want to know. It seemed like everybody read a brochure and they heard somebody else say it, so they just roll with it. Trump is a racist. 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 Trump, and all of a sudden, everybody is saying the same exact thing. But the fact that people get mad at me because I'm asking how, I just want to see.
How was he friends with all these? Was Al Sharpton, Jesse Jackson? He was friends with them until he became a Republican. Why do they think Republicans are racist? I want to know that. I want to know. My grandpa was a Republican back in 1920. He owned his own farm, and he had black men and white men work on his farm, and he had KKK members burn crosses in his front of his farm.
Wow.
Kids were scared. My mama and them were scared to go get on the bus because of it.
So
but guess what? He was a Republican, but Republicans were not the KKK. The KKK was founded by Democrats.
Miss Linda Jones, did you watch that whole video on that, Miss Linda Jones? I mean, I'm gonna read this off for you, Miss Linda Jones. I know it says, okay, I'm trying to read Miss Linda Jones' message. It says he calls the white nationalists good people and call the black folks thugs. You know that Barack Obama said the same thing, Miss Linda? Barack Obama said the same exact thing. So, Miss Linda Jones, and I'm just telling you, you should go back and watch that whole video. Watch the whole video when they said Donald Trump said that white nationalists are good people. Watch the whole video. It's gonna shock you. It won't. I don't even want to tell you what the whole subject was about or what he even said. Watch the whole
don't watch
clip.
it on CNN or MSNBC. Go somewhere else.
Watch the whole clip, Linda. That's what I love about this channel. The people in this channel, I like every last one of you guys in there. I like y'all opinions. I like y'all perspectives. I know that nobody's going to think the same way that I do, but all I do, the reason why I like having these conversations is because it's going to lead to one thing. It's going to lead to individual responsibility. You have the responsibility to go and find this out for yourself. Don't rely on what I say. Don't rely on what Mama Don say. Go and look at the stuff. And then when you look at it, then it might be like, oh, wow, okay. That's because otherwise I'll be like, well, I'll just keep on spilling stuff out at you, hoping that you don't go look at it. But the fact that somebody is telling you to look at it, it's just like, if I get pulled over or something like that, and they're like, hey, you got any drugs to search your car? No. If you want, can I search your car? I mean, you better get a warrant, but I mean, you're going to take some time to get, I don't care if you search because I know I don't have nothing to hide. So it's the same thing with what I'm telling y'all right now. I have nothing to hide or nothing. I'm not being slated or anything like that. Don't believe me. Please don't believe me. Go and find out for yourself, because once you get revealed the truth of it, then now it's going to be what are you? Would you come back and say, Wow, I didn't even know he said that. Wow, that's what he meant. I was wrong about that. Whoa.
Well, Linda Jones, since you don't want to go do your research, I'll tell you, since you keep putting the same thing over and over again, he actually was talking about the people who were protesting them taking down a monument that had been there for years.
Yeah.
If we don't remember our past, we're doomed to repeat it. And he's talking about the people, he wasn't talking, he even condemned the white nationalists. He was talking about the other people who were there. I mean, there were other people there besides white nationalists. And he said, he says, and I'm not talking about the white man. He said that, those exact
but
words.
nobody's gonna play that.
Oh, he was saying they were good people. People do research. Quit taking MSNBC and his word for crap.
Hammer Slag said, "What MRM? Take responsibility for myself? Are you insane?" Yeah, I get what you're saying.
Okay, here's Sasha. He told female politicians who were ethnic minorities. These ethnic minorities sit there and criticize America every chance they get. How horrible we are. How the white man is the terror. White people are terrorists now. I didn't know this.
Yep.
I've never held a bomb. I've never even held a gun.
Well, that's why we got. That's why
white people are terrorists.
Yeah, that's why our lives matter, though, because y'all terrorists.
I mean, it's the truth.
I mean,
I've never even held a gun in my hand. My husband doesn't believe in guns. My daddy didn't. But my daddy was totally against having a gun in our house, but not somebody else. He didn't believe in taking that right from somebody else.
Everybody that's listening,
we had a lot of kids.
Man, everybody that's listening to this right now, I really want y'all to take this thing in, because what we're doing right now, I want the disagreements. I want that in it, because the thing is, we're gonna have to arrive to a conclusion, because right now this is a little bit of a different wind in the air right now that I've never felt, and what we've never had the opportunity to actually do this, what we're doing right now, because it would be like in an open stage. So what I'm saying is this: be sure to go research this stuff yourself. Please go and do it, because you're going to arrive at it. If you don't want to go to research, if you don't want to go and research and find this stuff out for yourself, it's telling me you're really not trying to arrive at the truth. You'd rather just keep on spewing out a lie that you've been told, all in the name of not wanting to go to find out the truth. That's what it's so amazing. I thank the Lord that before I stepped out and started doing YouTube and all that I came out of the church religious world about, you better be here, you got to pray 9 times a day. Because guess what? The same thing that goes on in religion is the same thing that goes on in this world. I went around and I was preaching and teaching stuff that I've been taught to, that I've been preached to, that I've been Bible studying over with the Sunday school. I've been going around and spilling this same stuff out. And then when I started researching this stuff myself, I'm like, wait a minute, that's not right. Why are we saying this? Then you find out the truth of the matter is, it's really wrong that we're telling people some of the things that we're telling them. And that wouldn't have happened if I wouldn't have sought that truth out for myself. I've still been going around spewing out everything that they've been telling me to say, and X, Y, and Z and everything. And so it goes the same way with this, folks. For all y'all that's listening right now, please do yourself a favor. We ain't even talking about voting or nothing. We talking about all the things that you're being told about. I don't care if it's about Joe Biden. I don't care if it's about Donald Trump. Go and research the stuff and find it for yourself, because when you arrive to that truth, at least you know that you got it. And it's not just somebody spewing out words. So, because you know what, Mama Don, Donald Trump was a stuff before he ran for president. I mean, he was with all the rappers. He was with all the Jesse Jackson and all. He was with all of them. And I don't know how all of a sudden when he became the president, he all of a sudden just turned racist. Maybe
Charlotte O'Hara, I own a gun, and probably I'm glad. I think people should own guns. I just personally had too many kids my kids are idiots. They go find the gun, and then who knows? I'll probably be missing a child. So I did not have a gun in my house, and my daddy was the same way. He had 5 kids. But if you own a gun, I support every person's right.
Right.
Here's my view on it. I think you have the right to do whatever it is you want to do, as long as your right doesn't infringe on mine. What does that mean? That means as long as you're not hurting me or someone I love in any way, you do whatever suits you. And but not just me. I'm talking about as long as your rights don't infringe on someone else's right. There's that sign that says "Don't tread on me." That's talking about you have your right to do what you want. But these rioters had a right to go out there and protest, but they had no right to burn somebody's building down, to go loot and steal their stuff, because it's not their stuff, even though they'll say it's their stuff. They put on Facebook, we're coming to the neighborhoods and the suburbs next, and guess what? We're taking our stuff back. I don't recall them working for me and earning the stuff I have. What do they mean? Take my stuff?
Yeah,
I got a screwdriver.
Oh my God.
I don't walk around with a gun. I walk around with a screwdriver.
Again, I guess, just like with these other things in this chat so far, I guess we can go ahead and we don't even have to talk about oppression anymore, because that's been debunked and nobody still proved me wrong on the race thing. Anthony L., you said Trump said, I'm gonna read this, my generals, I'm gonna read this for him. Trump said, why do we want these people from all these crap hole countries here? So I would say you have to go back and hear. I just see what you just got done saying. I don't buy that. And what I mean by that, I'm not saying that Trump didn't say that. I'm saying I need to see what he was talking about, who he was talking to, why he said it.
You know who he was talking about? He's talking about when we get these people to come over here and we have to support them. Guess what? That makes our taxes go up. I need my money to support my family, much less some people I don't know who come over here with no documentation. If you don't have documentation, what's that telling me? You're running from something.
Flyby said, yeah, that Trump statement is totally out of context. Hey, Flyby, if like I told you, Flyby, if somebody came and told me that Donald Trump said he hate all colored people, I'm not going to buy that. I got to go and see what he said it for, if he says something like that. But my point is, don't worry about it. I don't take nothing nobody say to me at face value. I go and look at the stuff myself. Like I said, I look at the who, what, when, where, how come. What did he say it for? Who was he talking to? What was he talking about? So would it be wrong if Donald Trump said, we got to get black people out of those crap hole neighborhoods? He called their neighborhoods crap hole. Have you seen the neighborhoods? I'll call them a crap hole. I mean, what you talking about?
Yeah.
Well, he should have said that. I'm mad because
here's somebody saying he was going to ban in 2016. He was going to ban all. That's not true. But he wants to know who's coming here. We should know who's coming here.
Why not?
We shouldn't just say, "Hey, do you think for any moment that we can walk into Iran or Iraq without any documentation, without being killed?" No.
I mean, okay. So it's right. Okay, it's just like this. Okay, it's just like this chat room right now. This is my domain. If anybody comes into my domain doing stuff they ain't supposed to do, look what my generals are doing. They shutting the stuff down. Well, Ty is racist. How? Because I said I don't want no trolls in here. Look, I said people that come in here for the pure fact of spewing hatred, that's evil. Well, Tyler made a statement and said people are evil. No, I said those trolls that try to come in here and spew hatred is evil. But what y'all do, you would take a clip of me saying those people are evil. You know he was talking to. Don't see. I get it because it's been done to me. That's why I said I can't fall for it. So that's what I'm saying. I'm not saying that everybody in here is trolling, but
do you see the Lisa Pena people live in poverty while this guy has gold toilets? Well, if he can afford it, what the heck?
Who cares about a gold toilet? That's him spending money on a gold toilet. That's stupid. Who cares? I mean,
that's his money. What? If I decide I want an ostrich, as long as my neighborhood don't, say no, that's my right to have an ostrich.
Look, here's the thing. Lisa, you said all he care about is his money. I care about my money too, but I guess where I come from, Lisa, let me give you a little bit of perspective, Lisa, where I come from, if you made $25,000 to $30,000 a year, you are balling. Like you got money. The mentality that I came from and the life that we live. If you made $30,000, you are absolutely balling rich out of this world, just completely balling. So wait a minute. I guess because there's people that came out of the same hood that I came out of. They're living there right now. If I drive down there with my Toyota Tundra, the way I got it looking at all that, they're going to automatically assume, look at him. So we can't do that. The poor mentality and all that stuff, that's a mindset thing. He bought a gold toilet because God, he wanted it made. You do know that gold keeps away a lot of bad ailments. You know that, right? Like as far as like bacteria and all that, gold has a way of deflecting it more than what a porcelain toilet does. So I mean,
what she don't also know is she donates a whole heck of a lot more money than anybody else that's up there. Look at Pelosi. She got on there telling other people, "Hey, you can't go to work. You sit at home and not receive a check." Why, I sit in my mansion and I receive a check and I'm going to eat chocolate and show y'all that I'm eating chocolate. People can't buy groceries. That's throwing stuff in your face.
Right.
If you get on TV saying, "Hey, look what I got," and I'm telling you, you can't go to work. At least the president's saying, "Hey, we want these people going back to work. We want to open the government back up."
Right.
If you're going to die of something, there's billions of ways you could die. You get stung by a bee, be allergic, die. You can walk outside, boom, a car hits the curb and comes crashing into your house. Damn, you're dead.
Yep. I hear you, Static.
What, COVID-19? Okay, well, it's something. We'll just, if you get it, get it. If we don't, we don't. That's God's will. Leave it alone.
See, and
I don't wear a mask and ain't going to wear a mask.
And see, Mama Don, and this is what I'm talking about. That's why I'm glad we're all having this conversation. Because when you get to a point to where people still are not, listen to, even though we've been going for an hour and 10 minutes, and nobody still has not found the thing that he did was racist. But then they'll divert to that and say, well, he shouldn't be flying. My God forbid, you know what? He shouldn't even have his Trump Tower either. I guess he's not deserving of that. The dude, he had $1 million? I mean, I've known the rappers from Tupac to Nelly and all them. Donald Trump would be in their lyrics saying things like, let me in now. Let me in now. Bill Gates, Donald Trump, in other words, they saying things like, hey, I got enough money. I'm a millionaire, so I'm kind of on y'all level. So let me come and kick it and hang out with y'all. So I'm trying to figure something out. How is it that he's not deserving of what he got when he worked to get what he got? I know that he might have had parents that were already rich. Some people got it like that.
Yeah.
But in my mind, coming from the hood, people that were middle class, blue collar, to me, they were rich. I'm like, dang, look at this. They live in these houses out here. They don't live in houses where the houses all got to connect. You know what I'm saying? They got green grass. Their windows are open. Do they know we can see in their house? Are they crazy? So look at that. And those are middle class folks. And here we are in my mind thinking that these people are just rich because their houses look all nice and the grass is like 4 inches tall and you can walk barefoot in the glass without having to worry about walking over a broken gin bottle and all that. And I guess I can get mad at them and say they don't. That's wrong that they're rich. Give it to me because I deserve that. I don't have to work for it. You should have to give it to me. That's crazy to even have a mindset like that.
Well, it's like this. If socialism ever gets in there, ain't nobody going to want to work. Why would I work to get the same amount of money as somebody who don't work?
Hey,
it ain't going to happen.
Just Mama Don. Oh, my God.
Nobody working.
Check this out.
Nobody working.
Man, Mama Don, in medicine right now, we've had nurses, CNAs, LPNs. They lost their job. Check this out. They lost their jobs. Boo-hoo-hoo, right? No. They got $300 of unemployment and $600 from the COVID thing. They got that a week. They're making $1,800 every 2 weeks. Way more than they did when they were CNAs or LPNs. Way more. And now that things are kind of calming down, our jobs, the facilities that I work at, they're trying to ask them to come back and they don't want to.
Exactly. That's why people can't get off welfare. It's not like they say, hey, if you work, we'll still help you. No, they're saying, no, you have to quit. You have to absolutely do nothing. Then we will help you. Well, who wouldn't be all in for that?
You're welcome, Tobishan. And I'm reading this super chat. L. Arthur said, I'm fascinated by the exchange between you two, MRM Talk Radio. Love it. Yeah, exactly. That's what needs to go on the whole life. I wish other creators would do the same thing right here because as you seeing right now, I'm reading some of these guys' comments, and it seemed like all of us are seen to be on the same page. But I guess I might be singled out because being the only black one here, how dare y'all white folks tell me good job and I'm glad that you worked hard to do what you did. And I ain't trying to be funny or nothing like that. I'm almost certain there's a lot of you guys in here that I'm better off than y'all are, like on a social economic status. And y'all know me. Y'all know that I'm not rubbing this in. I'm not saying it in no kind of way. But it's some people, they don't do what I do. So of course they're not probably gonna have the living lifestyle that I live. But I told y'all, I got a video. I shop at a Goodwill. I don't go just because I make a certain amount of money. I don't go and buy no stuff that match. I live below my means. Way below my means, and stuff that I get, everything like from the stuff that y'all seeing right here. But that picture right there came from Amazon for like $12. These little ththings right here, the wooden things, all that stuff. I found this stuff like at garage sales, and I'm not changing the way I'm doing stuff like that. That's how I keep money. But my point is that there's some people here, they might be waitresses. There's some people here, they might work as a front desk clerk, whatever like that. And all of y'all are white, besides me, Marilyn, and I guess TR left. But how is it that on a social economic status, I'm doing better than a lot of people? So I'm trying to figure out, why isn't y'all white privilege working? Because
like I said, it's Melania Trump certainly doesn't work. I guess Hillary had a job while she was up there too, didn't she? Lisa opinion. Makes sense. And my first lady works. Genius.
Man, yes. And again, and here we are. I know some people are mad. I just want to let them know, the ones that are disagreeing with us, I want this to be, I got to keep on reminding people, because sometimes when emotions kind of get in the way, you forget. I want to let all y'all know, this is just a discussion with agreements and disagreements. I don't dislike any of y'all, from Miss Linda, from Arthur L. and Sashi, whatever her name is. I don't dislike any of y'all. I know there's going to be disagreements, okay? That doesn't mean I dislike y'all. We just don't agree on this particular thing at all. But again, if you were to go and research what we're talking about and you came back and then disagreed, I'll have a lot more probably respect for you that way. And just like, okay, we're not going to talk about it more. But I can't continue to sit here and debate you over it when you didn't even go and seek out that truth. Yeah,
I don't. It's not that I dislike people. I just find that if you're going to spew something, make sense. That's all I ask. Just make some sense. You can't say, well, so-and-so, one president's wife don't work with, none of them do. When they become first lady, they don't really act, they're the first lady. That's their job. I mean, to say, well, Melania Trump certainly don't work. Well, neither did Hillary, neither did Nancy Reagan. Yeah.
And then you want to go, I can take a little further than that. Is Melania Trump even being covered? I don't know. I don't watch the news. Like, is she being covered like Michelle Obama was? Like, they knew everywhere she was doing, and they knew what she was doing, and
they make fun of her.
Oh wow.
She can speak multiple languages, and they put her down. That's what I'm saying. They hate Republicans. I'm not a Republican. I'm a libertarian, which means I believe in individual freedom. Republicans, I don't agree with everything. I don't agree with hardly anything of Democrats, because I'm totally against abortion. I'm for free speech, and they go to colleges. These new, I guess you'd call millennials, they'll go to colleges and try to stop people like Ben Shapiro or Larry Eller or Candace Owens from speaking.
Jordan Peterson.
That is free speech. You can't stop it. In the 60s, when liberal Democrats, they were for free speech. They believed that you should be able to say whatever you want. And nowadays, liberal Democrats are the opposite. They don't think anyone should be heard but them. If you disagree with them, then you need to shut up. And that's their argument, period.
Linda Jones says, I don't hate Republicans. I don't hate anybody. Absolutely, Linda. That's awesome. Yeah, we respect that. Like I said, I know we all going to have our differences and everything like that, but that's all it is. It's just differences. Just like there's not going to be nobody perfect. And
yeah, I'm not going to cuss somebody else, but I don't like somebody to put stupid comments that make no sense. If you're going to say something, at least make a little bit of sense.
Right.
Do some research.
If I got
don't
like,
just
man,
spew nonsense.
It's not like, okay, so this one I don't get. They will get, okay, I'm just giving you guys an example too for the ones that's listening. If somebody was to sit here and say, you know how black folks are, watermelon and chicken, all of y'all would get mad. Why? Because it's not true. Well, why is it that if somebody say Donald Trump is a racist and then we say that's not true? I mean, do y'all get what I'm saying? Somebody make a false statement about a black person, everybody will stand up. No, that's racist.
Oh, yeah.
But if somebody make a false statement about him, well, I mean, So that's all I'm saying.
Well,
no matter
do you
what
understand? I want you to read Jenny. Is it Jenny Starsh? I don't have my glasses on. Says, Mama, what do you think about a white man saying he has been in a couple of black women? Tell me what he's trying to say. Are you trolling or are you serious? Because I don't have a clue.
Okay, Jenny, Mama Don, he made a comment up there. He was being sarcastic. He pretty much said, I'm not black, but I've been with a couple of black women. He just, you know how people make a joke. He's just being sarcastic, like saying, like that'd be the equivalent of a black woman saying, I'm a black woman. I'm not white, but I have had some white in me, like that. She has some cream in her coffee. That's what he's saying. He ain't being racist or nothing like that. He's just saying he has sex with black women. That's easy to decipher, Jeannie.
Okay. Well, then, Junior, I'm not sure how you pronounce your name. You put modern Renaissance man. Really, 1960s? You mean when you couldn't say certain things in media, even Elvis? That. But what I'm talking about is that should have been allowed. As long did you not just hear me say back then Democrats actually were for free speech and freedom of the press? Nowadays, they're only for what they have to say. That's what I'm saying. It's changed. The liberal media has changed.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Roscoe, what do you mean Mama don't call her again?
No, she might be saying it like, Mama, this Mama Con, Hey, see, like Joshua Watt, you said I'm black and I hope Trump burns in hell. What is your reasoning for saying that, Joshua? Is it because of Joshua? Is it because that he got black people more jobs than any other president has, even our black President Obama? Is it because he don't want us to have abortion clinics in our neighborhoods? Is it because he's funding black colleges? I mean, I'm trying to figure something out. Is it because he actually asking black people, what the H do you have to lose? I mean, you got to talk to me, brother. Joshua, you got to talk to me.
They die, go to Hades. What the heck? That's something you would say to someone who molested your child or something.
Right.
What in the world?
So that's what I want.
Has he done to personally hurt you?
Okay, Linda Jones says, I can't copy and paste it here, but Ty, you can Google the discrimination suits info. In my own opinion, he's racist and hates women. But Linda, I have to look. I know you can't say you can't copy and paste, but Linda, I'm gonna give you my email so you can send that to me and tell me where to look it up at, because I'll look stuff up and I'll call people out if they're wrong about it. So I have no problem doing that.
Well, let me say this: if you do something, okay, let's say when you're a teenager or a young adult, you do something that you weren't proud of, but you've already done it. Are you going to be punished for it for the rest of your life? And I'm not talking about murder. I'm just saying something you might have said that was maybe perverted or something. Like they said he said something about grabbing women by the private. Well, you know what? My husband says crazy crap like that all the time, and I don't think, oh, well, you're against women.
I'm just saying, check this. I mean, if I ran, even though I'm not, I'm just giving an example. If I ran for any type of position in politics, y'all would be able to pull all these. Remember these chats that we had way back ago? I would be murdered. Like I wouldn't get one vote. They would be like, you remember that night he was teasing Susan Andre, or I'm talking about, I would be. I'm saying
it's crazy. You can't hold somebody accountable for something they said years and years and years and years and years ago. You have to go by who a person is at this moment. Do I think that Trump's the best Christian in the world? Probably not, but he's done more for the Christian community than any other president.
Especially when he tried to open churches back up. He tried to open the churches back up, and they didn't want to do that. And you know what? Again, for folks that's listening, I'm for righteousness and truth. Just to let y'all know, if y'all just now tuning in, I don't care if you're red or blue, because they the same as the GDs and the VLs or the Bloods and the Crips. They got their colors, they got their territories, they got their way of thinking, whatever the case may be. But here's the thing. If somebody has done something good, I'm going to praise that person for doing something good or what it is that they did. So don't try to sit there and put a title on me and tell me that I am a Trump supporter. I will give honor where honor is due. If Michael Jordan opened up another school in Chicago, like Common, y'all know Common has his own school. The rapper Common, when people say rap is crap, this rapper became successful, did really good. He opened up his own school in Chicago. It is doing really, really well. My nephews go to the school. It's an awesome school. I can't tell you one song that Common sings. I can't tell you one lyric that Common sings. I can tell you that Common played in John Wick and he played in a basketball movie. That's all I know about him. I can say that's so awesome that Common opened up a school where they're allowing kids to learn according to their skills. If you are very artistic skill, they gear the classes towards your arts. If you are very kids that's poetic, they gear you towards writing. If you are a kid that's really good with instruments, they gear you more towards the instruments along with learning regular education. I think that is awesome. Now, if I say, now, if you sit there and try to take what Common said in some of his rap lyrics when he said, I want to take this woman and do this and do that and do it in this position and that position, what does that got to do with what he did? What does that have to do with the school that he opened up and what he did? So if we talking about something that Donald Trump did, and I'm talking to people that call themselves Christians and walk after God, does God look at you for who you are or what you did? He don't look at you for what you did. He look at you for what you will become or what you are. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
So I mean, but who am I? How dare I be
people change.
Yeah, how dare I be a Christian and say things like that? And
Carla Osborne said, I was brave. I'm not brave. My mama used to say I should have been a lawyer, but you had to go to school too long. And I definitely didn't want to go to school for 8 more years.
I tell you what, Mama Don, and for all this stuff that they're saying, if they sat there and watched that documentary on YouTube, Out of Shadows, and they seen all the names that was on that list going over to that Epstein Island, I wonder what people have to say then.
Yeah, they say Trump was there. You know what? There was a lot of people there.
There was a lot of people. The Clintons.
But, that nobody's ever come and say they had sex with Trump who was underage. Nobody has come forward and said that.
Nope.
Which they hadn't said it about Bill Clinton either. So.
Nope.
Which they're probably scared to say it about Bill Clinton because they probably wound up dead.
Right.
Bob, XOXOXO Bob. It's not a Trump rally. I tell you what, I did not like Trump. I thought he was egotistical and arrogant. And my mama's a really good Christian. I'm talking about if she didn't gossip a little bit, she'd probably be perfect. But she didn't like Trump. But as the time went on and he was doing things, we both started liking him. The more the media hated him, the more I liked him.
You can keep on talking about me. I was just acknowledging, letting somebody know that I read what they said. That's all. So if you are talking, if you ever hear me say, hey, such and such, I hear you, you can just keep on going on with your monologue, whatever. So, but
somebody asked how me and you met. We hadn't met. I first got to listening to Todd when I was sick. Now, here's another thing about this COVID thing. Do you know that me and my husband both, I was diagnosed with cancer in 2017. I finally got a MRI done. I'm about to say MRM. And they didn't see anything. So I was cleared. But then my husband in January had kidney cancer, had his kidney removed. He and both of us were due for another cancer scan. And they told us we couldn't get that done for 3 more months. We're supposed to have it done every 3 months. So we can't get it done until September and October now because of COVID-19, which I think is total BS.
OEF, I see what you said.
It's like I said, since my husband got sick, I started feeling better. And I said, what's going on? Did you pray it away for me and give it to yourself? I didn't.
Mean, that's awesome. You know me, I was worried and kept on sending and talking to your sons and talking to your husband. Like, hey, is everything okay? Everything okay? So, yep. So that's how we met, by phone. Just like a lot of you guys on here right now. That's how we met, through this channel. And look what it has grown through to. We had good people on here. We had people that was on here that appeared to be good, and actually we ended up being conniving, tried to come and get my channel shut down, which a lot of y'all don't know about. I didn't even get into that because I don't even want to give no, what's the word I'm looking for? I don't even want to shed light on there to give no credit, because there's people in here that y'all wouldn't even, Mama Don, you know them, you know a lot of these people, you knew a lot of these people really well. And because I didn't roll along with them when what they was trying to do, all of a sudden they contacted YouTube and tried to shut my channel down and all kind of stuff, but it didn't happen though. So,
when you're having that differs from somebody else, there's always going to be some sort of conflict where they want to shut you down. They don't want to hear your opinion. You know what? I want to hear other people's opinions. Mm-hmm. I want to learn. I always want to learn something new. Always. And if somebody can teach me something new, that means I've gotten wiser. That's why the older you get, the wiser you are. You always listen to your elders and listen to what they have to say.
Yes. It's you know what? And that's
Diana.
And that's what I think makes this thing really, 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 really amazing, is because that's the type of person I am. That's why if some of my older videos, I always talk about people saying, look where this channel is right now. All this stuff that I'm doing right now came as a result of people saying, dude, your camera is not all that good. Get you a camera. Get you a camera that got 30. I'm learning all this new stuff. Get you a camera that got it was like 30 FPS. I'm like, what the heck is that? It was like, it's frames per second. Get you a camera. I'm like, and what does that do? It's like, it gives you extra. I didn't know it. So all this constructive criticism that I've gotten for people watching this is the reason why it's looking like this now. I mean, just think if you look back 3 weeks ago, this was more brighter and white. Now I got like lights in the background and stuff. I mean, this came from constructive criticism. And most people get offended at that. And then God leap, my computer now that I built the computer. When I say built it, I built a computer, y'all. Like I built it. Not people say I got my house built. When people have somebody else build it, I took like almost 6 hours and built my computer. So I mean, to me, it's like this constructive criticism. I love it, because if it wasn't for me starting this channel and meeting all you wonderful people, whether we agree with each other or disagree with each other, I wouldn't have all this stuff and have it going like I do right now if I didn't take in that information that you guys were telling me. So what was that? Did I lose you, Mama Don? What was that?
I'm reading too.
Oh yeah, we both reading. It's like that quiet
No,
awkward
I'm
moment.
reading.
Okay, me too. Ty used to film his channel with a potato. I know, right? Look all orange. I look back on them videos like, what the heck? And I thought I was just
Good night,
doing good.
Caroline.
I just thought I was doing good back in them things. I'm like, wow. All right, Kara, great having you in here, sis. Roscoe, do I sound weird? You said, where's my mic?
Yeah, that's because it's breaking up on my phone. I couldn't hear him.
You couldn't hear me? Dun, dun, dun.
Yeah, I had to turn on my laptop so I could hear you because on my phone it's messed up.
Yeah, I got my microphone close to where the speaker is for you. So I'm just making sure that I don't sound like, if I'm talking in the microphone like this, of course it sounds a whole lot clearer. But I don't want to be down here talking to you guys like, so anyway, guys, like I was saying, you know, so I just had to I have it turned up to where they can hear me just as well as they can hear you though. So as long as you guys can hear her and I pretty clearly, then cool beans.
That's correct, Barbara. You don't have to, you know, that's the thing. If you don't like something, you can always leave. If you don't like something on TV, you can turn the TV off.
Mm-hmm.
You don't have to read their book. So why stop somebody from giving their opinion?
Because there's a good chance that there may be some truth in there if the person go and find it out. John Foster said, MRM goes to show that the visuals don't matter. Your message and thoughts are what matters here. John Foster, I appreciate that, sir. I'm an excellent judge of character, and I was horrified when Trump was elected. I knew who he was, and he actually worse than what I thought. Okay. I'm not even going, I can't even make that. Lisa, I think you just put your foot in your mouth by saying you were an excellent judge of character. I mean, because you just totally I just named off facts that Donald Trump did for the black community. So wait a minute, time out. Okay, we're gonna take this a little deep. Then you said Donald Trump, you said is worse than what you thought, right? So then tell me this: do you think it's wrong to be racist and all that? You think it's, you know, all this black lives, all this stuff that's going on? You think that's wrong? And if you say yes, then I'm trying to figure out if that's wrong. Trump think it's wrong too. Trump, I said it before. I don't know if you was in here. Donald Trump cut funding to Planned Parenthood that had a lot of their stuff in black neighborhoods. Donald Trump had black people at the lowest unemployment rate that they've ever been in history. Donald Trump gave funding a whole lot more to black historic colleges. Donald Trump literally had a bunch of black folks come to the White House that the news is not going to show y'all. And he told them, let me do X, Y, and Z because you guys are so messed up and how the society has y'all. He said, what the H do you have to lose? But they ain't showing y'all that. So I'm trying to figure out, when you say that you are a great judge of character, then that would make me think that you think that Trump is messed up for doing that for black folks. I'm not saying that's what I'm just saying I can twist that in a way to make it say that towards you, to say, no, you're a terrible person because you think that the stuff that Donald Trump did for black folks is not right. How dare Donald Trump have black folks at the lowest rate that they've ever been? How dare Donald Trump want to protect the city of Chicago by trying to send the National Guard there to protect the streets, but they didn't want that? How dare you say that? See, something's wrong. Look, I'm not saying that towards you, Lisa. I'm just saying I can twist it around and do that because he did do all those things I just said.
Well, did you know that Clinton was the one that started the 3 strikes you're out, which put a lot of black fathers in prison for small offenses, and now Donald Trump is trying to change that
That's
for those
right.
offenses if they were nonviolent and let them out of prison.
Yes,
because
nonviolent,
some of them were
non-criminal.
serving 30 and 40 years for having marijuana
Exactly.
or selling marijuana. I mean, really? But Trump's racist.
Roscoe said, just wondering where it went to on the microphone. Kelly says, do you wonder if blacks today have ever listened to Malcolm X on what he said about liberals and conservatives? I doubt it. They probably don't even know who Malcolm X is. They're not teaching that in school or nothing like that. They'll talk about Martin Luther King, but I remember being in school and never heard about Malcolm X. I didn't hear about Malcolm X and my mom watched a movie with Denzel Washington in it.
Lethal, you need 5 what?
Lethal, y'all. I think that I think Hammer Slag is really being sarcastic with this thing, which I'm not saying that's bad. I'm saying that's okay. Like I think he's just being sarcastic because I'm reading his comments and he's being sarcastic because I get it because I'm like that. That's okay. Somebody talking to AK, whatever. Is that why Trump said drug dealers should be executed? What drug dealers was he talking about? The cartel, the mafia?
When did he say this?
Yeah, that's what I said. So
I've never heard him say that. I've never heard that ever.
Again,
Please
even
send me the information. I'd like to know. Even
if somebody tell me Donald Trump is a good man, I'm gonna say how? From doing what? I'm gonna treat both of them the same way, people. I want to know if Trump is a great president, how? Tell me how. If Trump is a terrible president, tell me how. If Trump is a nice man, tell me how. If Modern Renaissance Man is a great man, tell me how. If I'm a terrible man, tell me how. So you just can't say that. You just can't throw no statements out there and don't have anything to back it up. So he said the Filipino president executing drug dealers was a good, strong idea. Anthony L., you know what? I'm gonna be real with you. I got a hard time believing anything you saying right now because, dude, you just throwing stuff out. If he did say that again, Anthony L., I think I don't think I'm gonna address none of your statements anymore. It's a lost cause. You don't like Trump, it's obvious. You hate Trump, it's obvious. So if Trump said it about some Filipino drug dealers, what Filipino drug dealers? Which type was he talking about? Were there really
Bob, what should happen to the looters who are killing people? Wait. Should we just let them do it?
Oh, Mama Don, you mean like? Wait. Oh, you mean like those? You mean like across the river in St. Louis? You mean like the police officer that the looters killed? He was a retired.
There's been at least 2 black ones.
Yeah, and they shot. Wait, so a police officer, a retired police captain got killed by some looters. 4 police officers got shot by looters. You mean them? Trump, them?
I'll tell you what, it used to be if somebody breaks into your office or your building where you're working and tries to steal your stuff, you could shoot them. Now it's like, oh, well, we're supposed to just give you all our stuff and let that. Well, here's the thing. The economy was the best it's ever been.
Good night, Marilyn.
Since, 1950? Until COVID-19. COVID-19 was going away, and here this happened.
Yeah.
Does it seem like a coincidence or something? I don't know. It just seems wrong. All of it seems wrong. They want to get rid of Donald Trump. They couldn't impeach him. So here's COVID-19, shut down the government. Do you know that when the Spanish flu killed more people than all the other flus put together, they didn't shut the government down? And
then for a lot of us that work in the hospitals and everything like that, we're seeing that these people are having way more flu things than it is COVID. And the fact that they're trying to rule everything a COVID. If that man's death that we saw, if Floyd's death was not recorded, they would have said that he died of COVID-19 with all those other comorbidities he had.
Probably so.
Everybody just died of COVID-19. I had patients leaving out of nursing homes and everything that had dementia. They were like end-stage dementia. They go there and they died. They ruled it out COVID. I mean, my God.
I want to know what this means, buddy. Rome, North Carolina has castle doctrine. What, we think we ought to be kings?
I agree, Linda Jones. Time will tell. And if nothing comes of it, then what are we going to do then? What can we say? Well, because he's rich, he got off. The best thing that comes out of it is this. If you are here's the thing, guys. If you already have it in your mind that all politicians lie, if you have it in your mind and you believe it strongly that every last person, no matter who it is, from George Washington all the way to President Trump, if all of them lie, then why are you so surprised and mad when they do?
Final Flame Production said people who speak down the seriousness of COVID are moronic. First of all,
because I work
I've known people who's been murdered. I've personally known who's committed suicide. I've known someone who's died of AIDS. I've known somebody, my old brother died from pneumonia that was from the flu. I don't know of one person who's had COVID, and I don't know anybody who knows anybody who's had COVID.
Nope.
So how serious could it be if I don't know a single person who knows a single person who's had it?
Right. And then how come they cut those doctors off who was giving out real facts about the real thing? And these are infection doctors.
And it happens right before election. Tell me something fishy about it. You couldn't bring down Trump because the economy was too good. Well, what better way to destroy it than to shut it down?
Right, right. And see, again, the thing is, I love it when people try to come at me and say, I think like a lot of times I really thank God that I'm like in a really peculiar position right now, because all these people that's trying to say things like don't downplay it. I'm there ground zero, folks, in the hospitals, in the nursing homes, every single day. I didn't get a break from work. I didn't get to have those weeks and all that stuff off the wait for the economy to open back up. I had to be there every single day, even being offered overtime and even being offered by other jobs. Say, hey, can you come in to this other facility? We'll just do 3 hours for us. I had to go in and do all this extra stuff with patients that are positive, whatever like that. So you talking about somebody that's working ground zero, and here I am telling you, you saying I'm trying to downplay it. I'm not downplaying it. Why don't I have it? I worked around these people in their face. I put a mask on. They put a mask on. I worked with them. I washed my hands. I did what I was supposed to do. Why didn't I have it? I walked into grocery stores without wearing no mask, not once at all. At all. I hugged people like y'all seen the video I did with the subscriber that I met. I hugged her. We talked face to face, whatever like that. Is because when you work in medicine and you know that you're being told that the COVID is droplet. I don't know what the 6 feet got to do with it. I don't know nobody that actually purposely sneezed in your face or spit in your face. I don't know what's standing behind somebody you think they're going to spit on the back of your head or whatever like that. I'm telling you right now, I'm not trying to downplay it at all, because we have had some people lose their life to it. But at the same time, I'm not going to upplay it. Y'all medical professionals, how many times have we gone into a patient's room where they actually had coronavirus on their chart, and we went in there and treated them as such? Nothing's changed about that. But if there's some type of agenda behind it, like we knew the hospitals were losing a lot of money, hospitals were being shut down left and right, hospitals were having to merge with other companies like investment companies that were buying hospitals and making them merge as one company, Bay Medical, then it became Bay Medical Sacred Heart, then it became LHP Bay Medical Sacred Heart. All these hospitals are merging. All of a sudden, this surge right here just put the hospital back on a good economical status.
Here is Bob and Anthony again talking about 1,400 dead in my county, 105,000 people. Okay, first of all, do you know for sure that that's what they dropped dead of? Because you do realize that they are scrunching those numbers because they get paid for all the deaths in those hospitals. I have 2 nurses in my family. Both my daughter-in-laws are, and they've not got the COVID. They said that, in fact, since they've been working, both of them said there's only been a couple of cases in the hospital.
Real ones. Yeah, been a couple of real ones.
One of them works in Concord, North Carolina. It's a big hospital. But like I said, I know people who's died of AIDS. I know people who's committed suicide. I know people who's died from the flu. But I don't even know anyone who knows anyone who's got COVID. Mm-hmm. I'm not saying it doesn't exist. I'm saying it's not any worse than the flu.
Like okay, and you know what?
I've never smoked in my entire life. I have COPD. They give me all these things. You ain't supposed to do this. You ain't supposed to do that. Like right now, I'm out of breath just talking. I have went out of this house several times without a mask on. If I'm going to die of it, I'm going to die of it. I accept that. But if I'm not, I'm not.
Right. And you know what, Mama Don? If the ones that saying we're downplaying COVID, how come y'all not worried about the people out there rioting and peacefully protesting? Because everybody is real close. I mean, that's actually, they're actually within spitting on each other. I'm talking about if I'm right next to somebody this close, particles come out my mouth, vapors come out my mouth. How come you downplaying COVID? I mean, shouldn't all of them be getting arrested right now for not practicing social distancing? Hey, misbehaving.
What I'm saying is, when you have the flu and you have it like in the school, my son's school, when he was a senior, there were 17 people who got the flu that year. Okay, when they let school out here and into school, nobody had COVID. Not one person. People talk about Trump's response. He closed the borders after one death. One.
They're not going to tell you that.
To me, I'm like, that was it not panicking a little bit? Because the numbers have been way off. They said there was going to be millions of people having it. Millions. Die of it. I'm sorry, millions dying of it, and they're not.
Yep. And then when you
I'm
do
not
that,
poo-pooing anything, Bob. I'm just giving you statistics. They said that millions of people would be dying of it. Now you're saying 100,000 Americans. Do you know how many Americans die in car wrecks every day? Look it up.
Okay, I got a question here. Okay, let me throw something in here too. The number one killer amongst Americans is going to come down to being heart disease and stuff, right? And when we link the heart disease and everything, we find that it's going to be due to a terrible diet. I don't see nobody out there riding at McDonald's or Burger King or the genetically modified food companies or anything like that. You know what? What's killing you, sir, is your diet. I don't see nobody going out there saying, you know what, social distancing from that pork chop or social distancing yourself from that triple baconator. You ain't social distancing yourself from that. So I'm just saying, if people are dying from DUIs, you know what I mean? I don't see them stopping liquor from being sold. It's such a hypocritical thing that if you get them statistics on how many people die from all these different things, then how in the world are we not going after that either? We're not going after that. You social distance yourself away from that bottle. You social distance yourself away from that McDonald's.
Well, it's like there's so many things. Well, like cancer, you know, we give money to people to have abortions. We don't help people who have cancer. I know how expensive it is.
Oh wait,
Luckily,
wow.
we have the money to pay for it, but it's expensive.
Oh, I bet it is. I know.
I mean, when you're sitting in the hospital for 2 and 3 weeks, guess how much your hospital bill is? You would not. I mean, but is there a cancer? You know, you got Planned Parenthood gets millions and millions of dollars. Do they have a cancer people with cancer get millions?
No, they got to run in March. They got to run in March for y'all to raise money. Otherwise, y'all at the bottom of the barrel.
Yeah, I mean, some people shave their head though.
Oh, wait a minute.
For cancer.
Okay.
What?
So,
you don't need to shave your head for me, honey, because I don't like that. I don't like the fact my hair's done. I don't want yours done too.
Final Flame Production says MRM. That argument is silly. Final Flame, how? Tell me this. Okay, with the COVID-19 and stuff that was going on, what you say? Okay, that is a virus, right? Shouldn't it be my choice? Like you make that choice to eat bad food. Can I tell you what you can and what you can't eat? Can I tell you what you can and what you can't drink? Can I tell you that you can and cannot drink while driving? I can say that, but when it all comes down to it, it's going to be your choice. You made the choice to take that drink, get in the car, and drive drunk, didn't you? You made that choice to keep on scarfing down at McDonald's, and now you gave yourself cardiovascular disease and diabetes and high blood pressure. You made that choice. So why is it when it came to the COVID, I should be able to make the choice whether I want to go out there and die or not if I'm really going to get it? That should be my choice, right? It all comes down to choices.
It's like this. I know my sons worked in the apartment industry. None of them got COVID. They don't know anybody who's in the apartment. My son's over 3 different apartment complexes. There's over 200 units in one of them. None of those have COVID. And he's asked them, do they know anybody? They said, well, we heard somebody on Facebook. You know, that's the thing. That's what I always hear is, well, I heard so-and-so on Facebook had a cousin in Georgia that had it. Okay, but do you know anybody personally? No.
Wait, you said
I'm not saying it don't exist.
Anthony L said you can't spread diabetes to other people around you. Anthony L, so if your mama had diabetes and she's real fat and thick and all that, eating real bad, you tell me that won't be hereditarily passed down to you? Oh, like COVID can't be passed through air? See what I'm saying? And then wait a minute, I'll raise you another one. You say MRM, eating badly won't kill me. But what if I was drinking, driving, and I'd kill somebody else? I'll give you another one. What if I went into a diabetic coma? What if my high blood pressure caused an artery in my brain to explode and I had a stroke while I'm driving and I killed you? See, you can keep on coming with that. I'm going to give you another scenario to it, man, because no matter what it all comes down to it, it's like I said, it's choices. If it comes down to it, it should be my choice whether I want to go amongst the population while they got COVID. It's my decision if I want to do that, whether I feel I'm going to get it. I was going in there around the population anyway, working in the hospitals. I don't have it because ain't nobody trying to come by and spit on my face and stuff.
I'm saying. They're so busy watching Chris Cuomo and Don Lemonhead talk about how he can stay home. Oh God, he's an idiot. Anyway, they're both idiots. I say they're boyfriends. I don't know, but they are. Anyway, exactly. they're on CNN, and they're sitting there telling other people they need to not go to work, stay home. Well, how do you support your family? There is no way. If my husband couldn't work, that we can support our family. And I mean, we have a certain way we live. Our bills are a certain amount going by how much he makes. So if I'm to get unemployment, which is a fifth of what he makes, how would we survive?
Exactly.
That's what I'm saying. I'm not going to stay at home and starve to death to make you happy. You're infringing on my right to pursue happiness, which is in the Constitution.
I told y'all.
I
told you. When people don't have an intellectual way of trying to debate with you, they resort to name calling. Look what Joshua Watt did. You black, I'm black, Joshua, right? As a black man to another black man. All I asked you was just to hit me with some facts. Hit me with something. And all you can respond with is just calling us both idiots. That's easy though. I'll be an idiot. Okay. That's I know, because you lost. It's fine. That's what happens to people when they lose an intellectual debate. They resort to name calling. That's fine. I'm good with that. So this is a done deal.
I am too.
I mean,
you know what? You can call me whatever you want. I don't see. Here's the thing: people don't understand. If I don't know you and you don't have some personal effect on my life in some way, shape, or form, I don't care.
Mm-mm.
You know, just like you shouldn't care what I say.
Mm-mm.
It's just my opinion.
That's the thing. I would never.
If my opinion is backed by facts, then maybe you should be looking stuff up to see if maybe you're wrong.
No, they want to do that because they want to believe. They want to believe the lie. They're not going to do that because they want to believe
like I
the
said,
lie.
They watch CNN and they listen to them say, you need to stay home. But see, you don't realize they're getting their paycheck. They're getting paid. They're on TV getting paid. Chris Cuomo had COVID-19 and he supposedly was in his basement. And then he got in a fight with a bicycle rider who's seen him at his other house because he has a house being built because he's a millionaire. And he doesn't have a mask on and he has COVID-19. So what kind of hypocrite is going to go? I mean, they have no shame. They tell you it's do as I say, not as I do.
Right.
You know, it's you have to do this, but I don't.
Right. Exactly.
That's not right.
Exactly.
You don't tell me I can't go to work while you're working. That's not fair.
Okay. This is just going nowhere. So this person's done. Completely done.
You go. You go.
That's just now
you go.
Yeah, good. Yeah, you don't have to say good night, Anthony. You got the sneak attack done on you.
What were they saying? I wasn't listening.
It just. He said it sounded like somebody we had in before named Just Steve. He said you just said somebody is attention seeking. See your name calling. Okay, bye. I think that you might be 15 or 16 years old or something. I don't know, but just that type of response is like you can't even be an adult about the stuff, man. Don't be whatever. Staying at home save hundreds of thousands of lives. Wait till they get back out final. And next thing you know, their immune system is so compromised that they're going to get taken out by like a pollen reaction. When you stay in a very sterile area all the time, breathing in through a mask and all that, you lower your immune system, dude.
Even I can't wear those masks. I can't wear them at all. I can't breathe.
You lower your immune system.
It takes my breath.
You're going to get one. You get out there, you're going to get taken out by a cold. Chanel Klein said diabetes and the virus are not the same thing. I think you missed the point when I said it all comes down to choices. It comes down to choices. The point is,
if God controls it all. If you were meant to get COVID, you're going to get it. I don't care what you do. If you stay at home and you're by yourself, somehow or another, you're going to touch something that somebody. If you're meant to get it, you're going to get it. Period. Yep. If you're not going to get it, you're not going to get it.
Yep, that's absolutely
so.
Right.
I mean,
said
that's
MRN,
like people.
You're just changing the
I don't ride carnival rides and stuff like that. I'm terrified. I've watched too many of those shows where, you know, they break and the spinning or the Ferris wheel goes. I don't get on them. I'm terrified of it, you know, and it may not kill me, but the point is I don't want to see that happen.
Right. And it's just like,
if I die, it's not going to be by Ferris wheel.
Right. Exactly. I know. I hear you.
And I'm not going to get bit. I don't go in the ocean. I've got more fears than muck. But I don't go in the ocean because I'm afraid of sharks. My husband laughs because I sit right there where it just barely covers my feet. That's as far as I go.
That is crazy.
I've seen Jaws too many times.
It just seems so, like I said, it's just you try to get people to see things from a different perspective. But a lot of people don't want to because I understand. And to me, I understand what goes on behind people's thought process. Most people are driven by fear. That's why they'll get mad at you if you don't look at it the same way they do. I'm not about to sit up here and just because look, I don't hate you because if you want to be covered up like you quarantined and all this stuff like that with the hazmat outfits on and all that. More power to you, but do not get mad at me because I choose not to do that. You talk to somebody.
Diabetes is not a choice. It is when you overeat and you get diabetes too.
I mean, you sitting there eating 15 Twinkies a day and drinking 3 bottles of Coca-Cola.
Hammer slag, yes.
I mean, come on now. They come on now. But it's the number one killer of Americans is heart disease, which is a result of how people's diet and all that. That's it. Just, you see what I'm saying there? See, the reason why people would defend it because it's their sin. So MRM, you would have let concerts and packed football stadiums continue with no social distancing. Have you seen how badly Italy got hit? Italy got hit so bad that more people in America died than they did in Italy. Dude, you saying that? Find the flame. What about the riots and the looting and everything that's going on right now? Are you concerned about people that? I mean, what? Oh, wait, I forgot.
There's different kinds of diabetes. There's the kind
type 1 and type 2.
That's hereditary. And then there's the kind that you get from being the beast.
He said letting people go into football stadiums and all that stuff like that. You know that there were people in football stadiums and everything. Don't forget the people in the NBA did get COVID. But what about the audience that was in there? You didn't nobody say, I was at the New York Knicks game and that's where I got the COVID from. Oh, you don't hear about a huge influx of people that was in these basketball games all around the nation that all of a sudden they turned out and they got COVID from being at these games. So like I said, it's easier. You can keep on trying to flash back what you're trying to do, but it's not going to work, dude, because when it all comes down to it, it is a choice. It is a choice. And like I said, do not get mad at me because I decided to go out there in the world like I've been going, me, my wife, my sons. We've all been going out there not wearing no mask or any of that. And none of us are sick at all. None of my nieces, none of my nephews, none of my brothers, none of my sisters are sick from this COVID. So, and they all been going out and about doing their thing. And I've been working in medicine. As far as being in the medicine period in the hospital, I've been working in the hospital for over 20 some years, period. And I have not gotten anything, not no flu, not no cold. Why? I wash my hands like I'm supposed to, whatever like that. But the whole point of the matter is that I don't go around with a dang on thing on my face all the time, 24/7. Make sure, because guess what? If you keep that stuff on your body, it's go do your anatomy and physiology. If you think I'm lying, I got my degree in this stuff. If you keep your body suppressed by constantly staying inside and constantly having a mask and all that stuff on, when you go step out there in the real world, the slightest of a cold or anything like that can completely take you out because your body's not used to the stuff no more. It's like that's why when babies are born, they want babies after a little bit. They want babies to go and be out in the world so their body can build up an immunity to all the different type of things that's around. That's why they do it. If you sit there and kept the baby in the hospital from the day they was born to the day that baby was maybe 5 years old, that baby step out in the world, that baby probably gonna last maybe 5 days and die.
You know how people got real charged during one of your YouTube videos about not immunizing your children. Yet if their kids are immunized, then what do they care? They can't get anything anyway, right?
Right.
I mean, they've been immunized.
So what
do they care?
That's why I know exactly what you're talking about because I know I made them super mad. I said, I was like, okay, if everybody in my son's school got immunizations, then why are they worried about my son?
Mm-hmm.
Well, because your son, my son can what? What can my son do? If my son
be covered,
right? And if my son do get something, what should they be scared of? Because they all got the flu shot and all that stuff, right? I mean, what they gonna be scared of? I'm confused. Exactly. And here's the thing too.
It's like that one man. He was logical. He said you can't have it both ways. Either you've been immunized to it and can't get it, or you haven't. I mean, you can't have it both ways. You can't be afraid of someone who's not been immunized if you have. That word's going to get on my nerves. Immunization. Yeah. Well, when your southern words sound funny when you pronounce them, so it don't even sound like you're saying it right.
Yeah. Oh, I do it all the time. I do that all the time. Did we stop the world for the flu? Absolutely not. And the flu, look how many people the flu killed last year. You don't see no social distancing during the flu epidemics, do we?
Well, that's what I'm saying. The Spanish flu killed more people. You got to think back then, there wasn't as many
Good night, Buddy Weiser.
Well, it killed if it was in today's time, it would have been over 1 million people. Yet the world didn't shut down for it. Why?
Right.
It makes no sense why we shut everything down. Don't get me wrong. Maybe they should have shut down places like concerts and stuff like that. But everyday jobs I think that could have been handled a lot better.
Mm-hmm. And as far as people saying, you know, like when people went in for COVID, do you know, people don't even understand this. If you the only ones that really understand is the ones that know that I'm not just making up stuff. And then there's also ones that work in the hospitals and stuff with me. We know that with a lot of these people that got put on these ventilators, they were already had an underlying issue already going on. Some had COPD, emphysema, a lot of end-stage respiratory ailments. When they got put on those ventilators expanded their lungs beyond the capacity what their lungs were used to going. That caused their lungs to become inflamed. So now the body is trying to fight off. The body is trying to take care of the already chronic breathing issue that they got going on, along with COVID, along with trying to also heal the inflammation from the ventilators blowing their lungs up like that. And that's how a lot of them lose their life. And it's crazy.
Jenny Stars wants me to prove my statements. Which one? I've said, how many videos have I sent you?
A million? I don't know what.
I'll blow up his phone. Trust me. One day, I think I sent you 19 in one day, and I said I better stop.
No, I was loving it.
Download it all.
No, I was absolutely loving it. What I was doing, I was taking the links that you were sending, and I was looking them up. I was doing it by the computer.
Well, they want to know, you know, I tell you what, you email MRM and he'll look at it and he can show you anything I've said. I can back it up. I don't just speak out of my butthole. I tell the truth.
Right. Oh boy. All comes down to this. You don't wear a mask, good for you. Take the risk. Wear a mask, good for you. Don't take the risk. That's it, Michael. Just like
that's the thing about living in a free country. You can do what the heck you want to.
That's what I'm saying. Oh, it's like one comedian made a joke. He said, how the police gonna get mad at me because I don't want to wear a seatbelt? Maybe that day I didn't want to live. How you gonna tell me I can't take my life? Maybe I just want to crash and fly out the window. I didn't want to have my seatbelt.
Let me tell you, my mama tell you when my youngest got out of his car seat.
Oh, they made a second-degree murder now. Somebody said.
I was like, holy crap! You don't have to have that car seat anymore, Mama. I was so happy. And the 2 days after I got rid of that car seat, they changed the law that it went by their weight. And I was so mad. Had to go out and buy another car seat.
Oh man, it's just like whenever it's just like when it blows me a lot too whenever they tell you that your child can't do a certain thing to a certain age. I'm like, okay, so you telling me my son got to be 15 years old before he can do this task right here? He's sitting here standing 6'3", 200 something plus pounds, and you telling me he can't do that because he ain't 16? I'm like, what?
Not Cody.
The boy can push a whole tree over.
I used to have to go sign my son out. He was a senior, had his car, and they would tell me, I'm like, seriously? He's 18. He can quit if he wants. You mean he can't sign himself out? Oh, I would get so mad.
Oh, Joshua came back as Dion.
That senior year, he didn't have a whole year of school. And he could leave if he wanted to.
We got Antifa in here.
But a couple of... I'm not posting my number on here.
No, please don't.
I got scared of my city being. They're gonna be rioting. You're a racist.
Mm-hmm. Oh, you already know that. You gonna be a racist. I'm an Uncle Tom, so I guess we both just jacked up. I mean, and then correct me if I'm wrong. For black folks to call me an Uncle Tom and a coon, ain't that just as racist?
Yeah, I thought calling somebody Uncle Tom was racist.
That's what I'm saying. So, but it's okay because it's a black person saying it, so that makes it okay.
I just asked what it was. I didn't say nothing about it, Jenny. I said, what does it mean? We want to be living in castles? That's what I said, Jenny. That's the only thing I said. Is that not what I said? I don't know what it is. Castle doctrine. I've never heard of it.
Oh, Matt Beckman, I get it. It's about 8675309.
Oh, that's a song.
Oh, wow. Okay, so Final Flame. I love this. I love when I get questions like that because you said, Final Flame said, MRM, if you don't wear a mask in crowded places, you're threatening other people. You mean the other people that got masks on? Or better yet, if the other people don't got masks on and I don't got a mask on, isn't that like equal threatening each other? And if we're equally threatening each other and we don't care, What should you have to say about it? And I had some people say MRM, but I got a grandma who has respiratory issues and you could be putting her at jeopardy. Why ain't your grandma wearing a mask when she go out then? I'm just saying, it's simple. Keep trying, find a flame.
Oh, they try. They bless your heart.
But again, I'm not trying to be condescending. I just want to say this in a way that actually get you to think about what you're saying. I'm telling you, because that's why I said people can be in New York, they can be in California, they can be in Florida. If everybody is saying the same thing verbatim, y'all just reading the brochure. Y'all just reading the brochure.
What's wrong with stating your grown gun laws? If somebody comes in my house, I should be able to shoot them if I don't know them.
Ain't gonna be no should. It's happening. With me, it's happening.
With me, it would be I'd stab them with a screwdriver. I don't have a gun.
So she literally screwed them.
Or I also have a lighter and some hairspray to spray at them. I don't own a gun.
Man, don't say that too loud. Ooh, we can go get her now. Mama Don don't own a gun. She didn't say her husband did.
Hey, I got very nosy neighbors. If they don't
Michael Jarrett, what's going on?
They will come out. She'll chase you down in her little golf cart.
Right.
She'll do that.
Right. That's crazy. That is crazy. This has been a really good conversation. I'm glad with all the different folks that had their opinions, people that were mad and whatever like that. And
nobody's being condescending or disrespectful.
Wait. But Mama Don, did I see, guys? I told y'all that's what happens. Did I not just say that? I literally just said not being I literally said that. And then you come back, you and your caller sound condescending. I feel I'm being disrespectful. I literally just told you that I was not doing that at all. I just said I'm doing it in a way to try to get you to think. I literally just said it, but that's why I said I get it. I get it. I understand why they do it to Trump. I'm telling you, I get it. Or Biden, or Barack Obama, or President Bush, or President Bill Clinton. I get it.
I just think I'm right. I'm not trying to be condescending. I just think I'm right, just like you think you're right. You're not on here talking, so we can't hear your tone or your voice, so we don't know what you're being.
But no,
we can only guess.
Right, and here's the thing. I think what it is that's what happens. See, I'm just being real. When a person is being defeated by facts and with logical thinking and with critical thinking, they feel like they back into the corner, so their own defenses to turn around and make it seem like you either being mean to them or they start calling you names. That's what it comes down to. Instead of just saying, you know what, we just want to agree or disagree. That's cool, but to turn around and make it seem like somebody is being mean to you, and you just revert to name calling and want to say you being mean to me. So I mean, that doesn't work with me, man. I mean, I feel like I'm back on the playground when we were racing and I beat a kid in racing. He goes, so your shoes are ugly. You mad at me because I beat you in racing? Is like
I know, because I said, bless your heart, I was being condescending. Hey, I'm not going to lie. I probably was.
Man.
I'm Southern. We say things like that.
Somebody said, literally, the first time in this channel, I found people. Y'all are awesome. Thank you, Sky. But don't you hammer
like
Slack said you can't.
I'm not a Republican. I'm not a Democrat. I am a libertarian, which is individual rights.
I'm
not group mentality.
Yeah. And I'm just a black man. And I matter.
Dawn is a North Kaliyaki girl. She means business. Look, thing is, I talk a lot, and I am condescending, but I'm condescending to my own kids. It's not like I'm showing favoritism or anything. I'm the same with everybody.
Right.
If they tell me something and I know it's not true, I'm going to tell them the truth, and I'm not going to be nice about it.
Right. That's all. Right.
I don't want the school system teaching my kids things that I find morally disgusting. I don't want them learning stuff like that. So I have tried to tell them the right way, the right thing, God's way.
Mm-hmm.
And the school would send stuff home, which I disagreed with. They sent me something about the Quran. I'm like, I thought we weren't supposed to be teaching religion in school. I think that's up to me. That's me. That's on me, not you. Please.
Mm-hmm.
She says, well, I'm going to fail. I'm like, you fail him, I'll go to the school board. You can't teach religion in school. That's the separation of state. I know the Constitution. Don't screw with me.
Mm-hmm.
Canadians are humans. Americans What does that mean? You don't think we're humans? Do you know that Republicans give more money than Democrats to charities? You can look that up. That's the truth.
You know
Did
what?
you know that Republicans do actually, they go into the cities and help cities that have been torn down. Democrats just talk about it. They want it tore down.
Well, you know,
they want it messed up.
See, that's what I'm saying. I think it's, to me, I would, you know what, I would seriously, and this is what I tell some of my, you know, the ones that, you know, that I mentor and all, I would feel really mad if a person says things to me with the intent of knowing that I'm not going to go to try to see if it's true. So I feel like they think that I'm dumb. We can tell them anything because they're going to believe it.
Yeah. Did you read what Bob said? Why do we have charity? Well, you know, people aren't born with, you know, rich. Not all people. Some people are poor. And we give to charities to help children, mostly, because adults are too lazy to help their own kids.
Yep.
Texas Road, when women say fine. Yeah, that's not a good thing. When we say fine, it's really not fine.
Wait, you said wait. See, Jenny said when a bad diet becomes contagious, you can make a comparison between it and COVID. Well, correct me if I'm wrong, but didn't they diagnose diabetes as a disease? Like they claim COVID is a disease? I'm telling you, don't come at me with this medical stuff. You're going to kill me.
Why is COVID trumping people with cancer? We can't even get tested.
And
get our test done.
I'm confused. How come I haven't heard of a kid dying from it? Oh, well, there was one. Yeah, right. All these older people with underlying issues were dying from COVID, but I haven't heard of a kid that have. When they claim that a healthy adult. Oh, Mama Don, did you see the one about the Chinese man turning black from COVID?
Oh my God!
You haven't heard about that one?
Yeah, back when I worked for Abraham Lincoln.
I'm serious. They got it. They got it like on TV about this Chinese man. The COVID is turning this man into a black person. And y'all can go and look this up. This is the news literally reporting this. Look it up if y'all think I'm lying. So I'm trying to figure out COVID has the means of turning you into an African American. Well, wait, he'll be a Chinarican or Chinafrican American. What would he be?
Well, then I'm going to go get it because I think black people are getting it made now.
I'm telling you, but everything, all this stuff we getting, you better be doing. Matter of fact, some of y'all, y'all better get that COVID that turns you black because apparently being black is the thing right now.
White people are terrorists now. That was Ilhan Omar who said that white men are terrorists.
Oh my God. Okay. Hey, it's lightning like really crazy. Wow. The Lord is blessing this conversation. That's what it is. He happy about it. Finally, somebody talking about it. Because I don't know nobody else that's on their channels that's actually people. Matter of fact, there's a lot of black folks I know like me. They look like me is what I'm saying. They look like me and they are scared to actually say this because they're scared of what other blacks going to think about them. It's amazing. So where's the real oppression coming from? That's oppression to me.
Child under 5 years old died of COVID. There was a child in Chicago that was 5 years old. A little black girl got killed by two black men. Did you hear about that?
I heard about that. I know about that. And there wasn't no Black Lives Matter though.
Nope. And
just like I said, that's why I did my video earlier with the police officer, Captain Dorn. There was no Black Lives Matter for him.
Mm-mm.
Oh, and then remember y'all. Hey, check this out.
Man who got killed back in 2016 from the same thing. I didn't hear white people go and tear down buildings or anything.
Nope.
We should have all just got together and got us free Nikes.
Diane Cogan, I appreciate that, sis. And here's another thing too, Mama Don. You remember how they said I did a video, right? But guys, y'all can go back. This is what I love about doing these live streams, doing these videos, because you can always go back and watch my video from the day that I published it. I made a video like saying how absurd and stupid it sounds, saying that the COVID is now making its way to the black community. It's making its way to the black community, like it was just tearing y'all white folks up.
That the black race is more it's almost like they're saying it's coming after y'all.
Yes, and here's the thing. It's coming. Look, Mama Don, it don't have to come after us. We came to it with the looting. We let ourselves out into it. Like COVID, we ready, man. COVID. So I was saying, whatever black folks is doing to keep the COVID-19 at bay, they just screwed that up when they just ran out and started looting and all that. They just, yeah. So that's why the police ain't fighting back, because COVID about to take all them out.
He changes the subject when proof given, and then Ray put, some kids get cancer and die too. It's sad, terrible, but hardly the norm. There are more children die of cancer than ever.
And it's crazy. And I wonder why. I wonder why. And you know what, Mama Don, like I said, from working in the hospital and all that, we get to get like these different statistics, and we get to get all these things of parents that do things differently than a lot of other parents do. So some parents will let their kids get the shot. Some parents won't. I have not found right now, to talk to some people to the side, I have not found one parent who children that did not get their shots like they were supposed to, that their kids developed something. And I always tell people this, I'm not against medicine. I love medicine. I love it. But my thing is this. I just find it strange sometimes with certain type of instances that if there is something that's supposed to be there to try to help your body and your immune system, why does it have to forcibly be injected in there? I have not been vaccinated, guys, in my entire life, except one time. Because I was on a sports scholarship, they forced us to get the meningitis vaccination. Guess what I end up getting? Take a wild guess. I got meningitis and almost died. I thought I had a really bad headache. I knew something was really weird because I couldn't look down to pee. I could not figure out what the heck was going on with me. I tried to go to sleep. I couldn't. I took I tried to take some Excedrin migraine. It was not working. 5 o'clock in the morning, I was not sleeping. I tried to go to sleep. I drove myself to the hospital, told the doctor then what was going on. And as soon as I told that doctor,
hello?
You still there?
Hello?
Are you there, Mama Don?
Yeah, it's break. I can't hear you on my phone. I'm having to turn up the.
Oh, okay. Well, I can be close to my microphone like this too. So whenever I drove myself to the hospital that night, the doctor, I told him I had a really bad headache, and he was getting ready to say, okay, we'll look into it. But the minute I told that doctor, hey, man, it's really weird, I can't look down to pee, he immediately like, get him back there right now, get a spinal tap. I was like, wait, what's going on? No. They got me back there, and I had bacterial meningitis. And that the only vaccination I've ever gotten was the meningitis. When I got there, right after I got that shot. When I say right after, I'm not talking like, the next day or anything like that. I'm talking about some time after I end up getting bacterial meningitis. That's the only time I've ever been sick. The only time I've ever been hospitalized, ever. Otherwise, I have not had nothing. So I don't know.
Just what Jesus said, do not care about people you do not know, right? Never said I didn't care about people I don't know. What in order are you talking about?
Jeannie Stars, you putting words in her mouth. She said she don't care about what people think of her. That's what she said.
Yeah, I mean, I don't care. You don't like me, that's good.
That's what she said.
I don't care. That means I've hit a nerve.
Right. Steve Franksack said, hi, Mama Don.
Here's the thing with, you're saying, Mama Don, just what Jesus said, do not care about people. What you're talking about is you're going to stay in your bubble because it keeps your family safe. Let me ask you, how are you feeding your family if you're staying at home and not working?
Well.
So you'd rather starve to death than maybe have a 2% chance, less than 1% chance of dying from COVID?
Cody, I met a lot. Like, you wouldn't believe it. A lot of doctors are. In fact, most doctors are.
Hey, Carmen.
Static. I'm sorry. Cody Sticeland. Almost 60% of the doctors that I know don't get it, or their children at all. Ask your own doctor. How about that? When you go to your doctor, ask him if he's vaccinated and is his family vaccinated. He probably give you a funny look and like, oh, why do you ask? Yeah, I bet she is going to say that to you. Because they know. But hey, the AMA requires them to do certain things like recommend that people get their flu shots. That's what they do. It's money in that, man. I got 2 healthy sons that don't have nothing and ain't had nothing.
My flu shots and pneumonia shots because I have this. I didn't want it. I've never had it.
So anyway,
I got the chickenpox shot and still got the chickenpox.
And I haven't gotten the chickenpox shot and I never got it, or poison ivy. What's going on, Lefty Lucy? But Steve, I did it. I'm gonna make a video. Steve, I didn't have time to do the video, but guys, yes, I'm gonna do a video officially announcing that I have a PO box.
Lefty Lucy, what's up?
Most of the COVID was nursing home and in most larger cities. That's absolutely right. They up there claiming they'll say things like, "Oh my God, 100 people in Death Valley."
That one girl, what she did to support her family, she still hasn't said. If you're staying at home and not working, well, I mean,
I know non-lethal.
How do you eat?
The lead paint that was on the walls, and I'm just
those who don't work don't eat.
They was like eating the furniture. Hey, there's some good fiber. I mean, some roughage. Oh, let me stop. Anyway, again, folks, I went past my time. This was absolutely awesome to do this talking like this. I definitely enjoyed this conversation. Let a few more comments and all that stuff be read out before we get out of here.
Hey, Kilroy girl, I think I've seen you on here before.
Yeah, Kilroy girl. Kilroy girl said, "Thank you for introducing me, Mama Don. I really like her. That's cool." That's how it starts off, and then as time go by, there's people that turn out to hate.
Todd, here's what you need to do. You need to put some glitter in your son's blow dryer.
Does this mean I can prank you now?
It'll be all in his hair, all over his face.
I can sit on your live videos all night. Ray, thank you for that. Thank you. There was a time where we were doing that. I mean, people are on here till 7 o'clock in the morning. We ain't saying no names. But anyway, hey, I can do one or two things here. Seriously, Mama Don, guys, I need to go stand up and walk around. But what I can do here, Mama Don, you still live, so you still can talk to them if you want to. But I'm gonna take a little bitty small of a break, and then I'll come back to see if y'all still talking. And if y'all are, cool. If y'all not, then I'll just. But yeah, you can answer these as y'all want to. You guys have the floor, Mama Don. Y'all have it, okay? I'm getting ready to disappear for a little bit.
Bring it on.
Oh, just to give you a tip, Mama Don, if you are talking to a particular person, you might want to say their name and then read the comment they say to you and then answer them back. So just a little bit of a tip. See y'all in a bit.
Okie dokie, Smokey.
You guys are with Mama Don now.
Carmen, what's up? Play nice. Diana, Mama, have the floor. Hey, Mama Don. Wendy, pretty. Hey.
Mama Don, were they not able to hear you?
Song is singing to everyone. Oh, I'm back.
Were they able to
No,
hear
they
you?
couldn't hear me.
Oh, wow. I didn't know that.
Oh, wow.
Okay. Let me make sure they can hear you now.
Virginia, consider the South not no more.
Oh, I'm sorry. I did not know they couldn't hear you.
Can y'all hear me now?
Can y'all hear her now? Say something to him. Mama Don, are you still there?
I'm here.
Are you sure? Mama Don.
I'm here.
Oh, like,
Hello.
okay. They all say they can hear you now. Okay.
Very word. Very word. If I will bring something with eggs to your house, it will be a Cuban slam.
Something. I'm getting some playback.
What's that? Are you gonna throw eggs at me, Bob?
Do you got your speakerphone on, Mama Don?
Yeah. I'm from North Carolina.
Why is there some feedback? It's like it's playing back twice.
I don't know.
Oh,
For a minute there, I couldn't even hear y'all.
do you have your phone and your computer on at the same time?
I can't hear you at all
You can't hear me?
on my phone. No, you're not coming in on my phone. It's like you're not there.
That's weird.
Now I can hear you.
Oh, okay.
It was like it was on mute on the phone or something. Oh, a custard. I like anything sweet except licorice. Yes, it's Avery. Western North Carolina. Yeah, WSOC. I don't watch news. It makes me mad. Somebody said Western North Carolina, Boone, Asheville is about an hour or two away. Thank you, Bob. I wouldn't egg your house either. That's not very ladylike. I would never egg in someone's house. Any more questions besides where I'm at? I think people are trying to map me out here. Yes, they do. Some North Carolinians actually sound kind of Yankee-ish. I prank people all the time. I've hidden my son's room before when he would go to the bathroom and his light was off, and I'd hide behind his bed, turn the TV off, and when he'd come in the room, he'd use the cell phone trying to find the clicker, and then I'd jump up and scare him, and he'd scream like a little girl. I know I need to go protest. I need some. Favorite food to make? My husband loves dressing chicken pot pie, basically. Why is politics such a toxic subject? I mean, did Trump do something to you personally that makes you? I mean, for me to hate somebody. I mean, I didn't really like Obama, but I didn't, just go nuts because he won. And for me to feel that much anger towards somebody, they would have had to do something personally to me or somebody I love. Opinions are like buttholes. We all have one. Good night, Justin Lee. Scott, yes. My dad's family actually moved here in like 1896 from Ireland. I love pimento cheese. Correct, Ray. Joe Fitch. I will talk about whatever you want to talk to about. Someone asked me a question about what I like to cook. You can ask me about politics. You can ask me about the writing. I think we're all immature. That's not free shit. That's what I think it is. It's not about George Floyd anymore. It's about people wanting stuff, and that's it. Soda. If I say soda, sometimes I just say whatever the drink is. I say ice. I say cheer. Sitting that cheer right there, be quiet. Today it wasn't humid, but it did get up to 91 degrees. It was hot. Kelly, do you think the numbers of death of COVID-19 is outrageous? I think it's been over-exaggerated. You do realize the hospitals, they get money for each case of COVID. The government sends them a check. So, I mean, wouldn't it make sense for a company like that to say, because that's what a hospital is, to say, yeah, we got this many instead of, because they get more money. Exactly, Carmen. Everything's a Coke. Even though I drink Sprite, I'll still say Coke. Liver mush. Love liver mush. Little House on the Prairie. I love that show. I love Michael Landon. Nowhere. I would not. I don't believe in planes. Exactly, Justin Knox. It used to be Pepsi free was what, the 80s? Choice 12 Osborne. No. Chicken liver is all right. Cornbread, but collard greens, chicken gizzards. Nope. Sometimes Terry. I like certain people. I like Greg Gutfield and Jesse Waters. My favorite song, oh Lord, Carla. I've got so many songs I love. Usually, I mean, I can't even. I love it so much. I love Firehouse. That song. I can't even think of it now. I put butter on my grits and pepper and salt. Lemon on watermelon. No. I'll look it up, Kilroy girl. Yeah, we have Cheerwine, Sundrop. No, but I've seen. Is it what's the name of the one with George Strait? I don't like ginger ale. Sorry, Elvis. My husband bought me some Sprites that has ginger in it, and oh my gosh, I was like, this is so gross. I love bluegrass gospel. Doyle Lawson. Oh, Carmen, I don't like tea. People think I'm crazy. My whole family loves tea. I hate tea. I've seen the Monkeys in concert. Straight concert 3 times. I've seen Dixie concert, REO Speedwagon. Who else? Yes, I've heard Home Free. I love when they sing that. My Church. That's one of my favorites by them. People think I'm crazy too, Kelly. Johnny Cash. I like some of Johnny Cash, but my son, he loves Johnny Cash. I love the Monkeys. I'm gonna buy me a dog. A dog, why? Cause I need a friend now. Hey, babe, you need all the friends you can get. I'm telling you. Debbie, no. I don't like bananas. The Monkeys is probably my favorite. I've liked it since I was 5 years old, though. So, and then, well, George Strait too. I can't not put him. I've had a crush on him since I was 19 years old. When the lights go down in the city. I don't want to be there in the city because they're rioting. Yes, I like that song, Colton. I know. I should have been a singer. I crossed my heart and promised to give all I've got to give to make all your dreams come true. Luke, I am your father. Sorry. Well, you asked. I had a mater sandwich. My husband calls them sandwiches. On the sandwich. He says terrible. Everything's just terrible. Who you calling a hoe? I was trying to do a guy's voice. Luke, I am your father. He was Southern now. Darth Vader has become Southern. Elvis song. My favorite Elvis song is probably one that people probably would be like, really? One Broken Heart for Sale. I like that one. Thank you, Wendy. Thank you, Justin. He's getting leg cramps. He's not getting enough potassium in his diet. Yes, Elvis, exactly. I love his movies. I like Real Happy too. Real Happy is my favorite movie, and then Viva Las Vegas. Girl, happy, yes, I'm girl, happy. Girl, happy, can't you see? Girl, happy, girl, happy. My middle name is Elizabeth. Choice 12 Osborne, I am your mother. Curfew is in effect. Get your butt home. Who are you talking to, Michael? What you talking about, Willis? I got into politics when I was 16 years old, and I had decided exactly how much money I was going to make so I could save it. My parents were going to match whatever I saved to get a car. And then I got my check and taxed it. From that day on, I was into politics. Luke, what song would you like to hear? If I know it, I'll sing. Michael, some people just need Jesus. Hey, now, you're an all-star. Get your game on. That's it. I am old, Wendy. I'm 40. Da, 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 da. Thank you, Luke. Thank you very much. Elvis is leaving the building. I'm one of these people who are, well, I'm not going to say, but I'm not quite 49. Close. Well, see, I'm in my 40s, but I act like I'm a 70-year-old woman. I can't wait till I get that old. I'm going to sit on my porch and just rant and rave at people. I don't know if y'all have ever read the book, To Kill a Mockingbird, where that old woman sits out there and says, "Hey, you ugly girl, you come here." That's going to be me. Kelly, I can't help it. I just like it. It's cute. I also like Rubbernecking by Elvis. Yes, Justin. I'm going to be that mean old lady who says tells people they ugly. Because when you're old, you get away with anything. You can say whatever you want. And I'm going to be that woman. Luke, new music. It's heartless. Now, I do like some 90s. Some 90s. But 70s rule the roost. 70s music is probably the best music. Simple kind of man. Yes, I know that. Is it Leonard Skinner? Luke, name a song that's out now that's good. I mean, don't get me wrong, I like the 60s music and some 50s, but the 70s, you just can't get better in the 70s. Baba Flex. No, I haven't. I know what Cheer One is. I like doo-wop too. I like bubblegum. Like I said, the Monkees are one of my favorite bands. Who put the bop in the bop, she bop, she bop. Who put the wham in the wham, ding dong. Yes, build me up, buttercup, don't break my heart. I'll be over at 10. It's too late. I wait around the wind. Precious and few are the moments we two can share. I'd be better off in a pine box on a slow train bound for Georgia. Drew mentioned Davy Jones, Bobby Sherman, Keith Partridge. Yes, they're all gone. It's sad. I cried when they died, especially Davy. Davy was like, I cried. Good night, Wendy. Good night, sweetheart. Well, it's time to go. Do-bo-bo-do-bo. Scott Hansen, I told you I'm old for my. Oh, I cry. Oh, Karen Carpenter, she was a genius. I think she's the best female singer ever. It's too hot to fish, and too hot for golf, and too cold at home. Well, I only planned on 1 or 2. I might stay for 3. Dolly and Kenny, Mama, yes, that was sad when Kenny died. Yeah, choice, he did. Terry J. Cohen. Like I said, I'm like an 80-year-old woman. Yes, it was, Kitty. It was really bad. My mom is 85. Yeah, Karen, he actually reacted 3 weeks. And I think he reacted to, I'd be better off in the box. Yeah, we already talked about black people. They're not oppressed. We debunked it. Am I still breaking up? Breaking up is hard to do. Don't take your love away from me. Don't you leave my heart in misery. See, since the tea has already been spilled, see y'all later. Luke, where are you going? What's wrong? I'll tell you some about white privilege, and really it's black privilege. We decided that black people are more privileged than whites, that white people are terrorists. Just ask me anything you want to about that subject. I'll tell you what, the truth. I'll preach it to you. How did you feel about the George Floyd incident? I thought it was terrible. Those men should have went to jail, but it's not the first time it's happened. I sent MRM a video of it happening to a guy named Tony. Templa or something like that. Back in 2016, same thing. Policeman sat on his back and he died. Didn't hear nothing about it though. Into change of habit. I don't know. I don't remember. That's not one of my favorites. My favorites, like I said, is Viva Las Vegas. Yeah, that's it. Tony Tempa. Viva Las Vegas. Girl Happy. I like the one where his family moves on to that property that nobody lives and they, they home settle there. That one's good too. Yeah, I remember the movie, but I don't remember what happens in it. Yeah, Avery, I know. That's crazy. They shouldn't be able to just delete somebody follow that dream just for their thoughts. It's supposed to be a platform for people to speak their minds, and they're not supposed to edit it. When they edit it or tell you can't say something, they're taking that platform away and saying, hey, we're the same thing as a newspaper. We can edit out whatever we don't believe in. Yeah, I saw the one with Mary Tyler Moore where she was a nun, but I can't remember it. I also like the one Speedway. I like that one. Orion. I don't know. I might. It's not coming to me right now, Kelly. I think Ty ran away. Does anybody have any questions before I ring out of here and go to sleep? Because it's 11:30. Good night, Terry. Just Stephen. Yes, we're still here. Exactly, Avery. The Shack. What's it about, Justin? Thin Lizzie. Yes, I have, Colton. Well, you guys, I'm going to go to bed, but it's been really, really, really fun talking to all you guys. Did you notice I brought my Yankee accent out? Good night, Elvis. Good night, Just Stephen, Kelly Hensley, Berlin, Choice 12, Justin Knox, Debbie Sorrento, Kitty Catapult, Karen Parton, Elvis Austin, Tone, Carmen, Texas Rose, Just Stephen, Debbie B, Avery, Debbie, Lethal. If I missed you, Diane, good night. Peace be with you. Remember, if someone argues with you, just tell them that you're always right. That's what I do. Good night, y'all.